And we are alive on this snowy Monday night. We were just talking. I have snow. Kyle has ice. They're trying to.
Well, snow. First, we got snow like 5 inches. Then we got sleet on top of it,
Oh,
and it became and everything's an ice skating rink right now. So we got people trying to plow our driveway right now. They need ice picks, and they've already been out there for like 30 minutes, and they only moved like 20 feet. So
oh.
the shit is rough. And by the way, I thought I was out of the wilderness when it came to the power. There's a small chance the power goes out during our podcast, dog, because right now we're getting like wind warning advisories. Like we have wind gusts up to like 30 miles an hour. And that's the shit in our area where we live. Like the power lines go through a bunch of trees. So like sometimes just a small ass gust of wind sometimes takes out the fucking power. So like now I'm worried about that like, fuck, I thought we made it through like fine. But now we're getting the wind. So now I'm really worried, you know?
Oh, you showed me. Well, I saw it or you had mentioned, but Nashville apparently got like iced over like crazy. Like it's like
cooked
power lines. And a lot of these places, and it happened in Texas in the past, are just not like built to, withstand some of these storms.
No. So here's the thing. Here's what happened to Nashville. It's called freezing rain. So what that means is it's just raining, but the temperature at the ground level and the temperature on the ground is under 32 degrees.
Gotcha.
So the rain immediately lands and becomes ice like that.
Oh.
And so we got lucky because we had freezing rain in our forecast that we were supposed to get freezing rain, but we just got lucky that it ended up being sleet and not freezing rain.
Oh.
I don't think we actually got any freezing rain. It was sleet the whole time. So, like I said, we just got lucky with it, but Nashville got the worst of it because it was like all freezing rain that they got. And so many fucking trees came down. So many power lines came down. People couldn't go anywhere or do anything. Like they're going to be recovering for a hot minute after that. They probably won't have school for a hot minute now. You know,
I'm always confused when I see videos of like cars still driving like regular ass speed on icy roads. And like they always get into an accident or like there's some crazy video. There was one video of a guy that was like coming around a bend on an icy ass road and skidded into like a pole. And then like it always amazes me that people still think that like they can, defy these odds of like the weather and go out and like, drive and do their regular shit. And then they end up like paying the cost. Like there was, I think it was New Orleans. I was just looking at their like Twitter or social media. And they were basically saying like, if you go out and do donuts, like tonight and like they had some tweet and it was like, and you end up calling the fucking 911 or something, like you're on your own. Like, so a lot of these people that like want sympathy, like you get what you asked for going out and doing crazy shit in this type of weather. The only thing I was going out, and that's why I got my COVID mask on. I went out, I think it was a total of 5 or 6 times to shovel that shit because the snow was OD, man. It was one of those where, and I sent you the Evan Almighty clip where he shaves and it comes right back. You literally shovel, throw it away, clean your whole driveway, look back down, and it's back on there. Like it's one of those where it's like, do you let that shit build up and go out one time the next day and do it, or do you do it gradually?
It was too much for you. It was literally 2 feet for you, right? Didn't you get 2 feet of snow?
I think we got 16 inches of snow we got the most in like Westchester, Rockland area.
Wow.
16 inches of snow, which is crazy, man.
Yeah, so I think you did it right. I mean, I think you had no choice but to go out there a bunch of times, because like trying to do all that at once, that's a lot of shit to move with one. But lucky enough though, your shit was powdery, right? It wasn't like heavy and wet.
No, it was powdery until you get to the end of the driveway, which is like where the cars come by, the plow truck comes by, and they push all the shit. Yeah. They push all the slushy, icy type of shit, which piles up heavy. So like it's harder at the end of the driveway, and that's the shit that kills you because like you could bang out the top part, but when you get to the bottom, it's over.
Yeah. I've been sick too. I've been feeling under the weather. I had I don't know what it was, but I had like this weird low-grade fever that like came and went over the course of like 4 days. And like I was sleeping weird, like I was falling asleep at random times and having these fucking fever dreams. And I also had some like congestion, but it wasn't a lot. It was really weird. I feel like it's almost like COVID and I have the antibodies, but like it's still showing itself a little bit. Does that make sense? Like that's sort of what I feel like is happening.
Yep. Yeah, that I kind of have the same thing. I have like tissues here next to my thing, so I'll try not to sniffle a lot, but I've had like a sniffle where it's like I've had to blow my nose, but also like feel a little sweaty and cold, but I don't know. It just could be a byproduct of like all the shoveling and like, sweating and just, everything.
But that was even before it was before the snow. I still had that thing where like I could not, my body temperature would not be right. Like it was just fucked up all the time. And it was because I had some shit. And then doing my show today, I did feel a little off. Like I still wasn't 100%. I've gotten better, but I'm still not 100%. So hopefully by tomorrow, I'll be 100%.
How were, did you guys like stock up? Did you go?
We had to.
Did you?
Yeah, we had to.
What are your necessities? Like eggs,
milk? Oh, I mean, I just left that to Crystal.
Okay.
I'm a typical. I'm basically like a 1950s sitcom dad. Like I'm fucking useless, So like she figured out everything we needed. She like got all that shit, and I just am laying in bed like an asshole. Like
so Molly was away for 2 days. She was in Utah, and she was like, "Hey, there's a big a storm coming." I was like, "Yeah, I know." She's like, "Why don't you like just go grab some shit?" So I went to Costco, OD busy, and like,
I'm sure.
But I was like, I don't know what to get. Like, what's some usual shit? So I bought like croissants, blueberry muffins. Like, what? Like, I was like, it's one day. What's some shit that like, what are necessities? Like people are like, go to the store and get shit you need for the storm. But like, it's like to everybody, it's different. One year it was like toilet paper. Remember when like everyone was wilding out on toilet paper?
I remember that. Yeah.
and that was the one thing I came home and I was like, shit, I don't think we even have toilet paper in this bitch. Like.
For us, it's like the things for us, though, that we really need to think about are like shit like candles and like flashlights and stuff for if we lose power. I feel like that's the biggest thing. And like,
didn't you ever get a generator?
So we didn't. We had somebody come to like give us a price or whatever. But that was before the storm, but they couldn't get it in before the storm. So like we're 100% gonna get a generator as quickly as we can. Because we got lucky so far, we can still lose power any second. Because, like I said, we got crazy ass wind here; it could go out like in a second. But I never want to have to deal with power outages again. The other day, like it was not even; it just rained a little bit, and our fucking power went out because some tree roots like got loose, and one shit fell, and it just took out power for like 2 hours. And I was like, I'm not doing this again. Like, let's get a generator. We need one for where we are because we just lose power all the fucking time.
And you said it takes a while for them to like bring that like shit back to life, right?
Yeah, well, definitely. If there's like a big power outage, then like if that shit went out with the storm, we would have been one of the last ones to be put back on because we're in the sticks. So like nobody cares about us. We're like the afterthought. But we're lucky. If only our power goes out, they can get it back on pretty quickly. But like we just got lucky we didn't lose it in the storm, or else we would have been out for like a long time.
Well, speaking of wind, did you watch or see the dude who climbed the Taipei building shit? Alex Hanan or something like that. He climbed. He's a free soloist, so he climbs like mountains.
Oh, I've heard of that. I've heard of that. Yeah.
But he on Netflix climbed like the world's tallest building, which is some shit in Taiwan, I think. And it was wild. It was insane. Like
that shit would make it. My palms would be sweaty if I watched that. And I'd be like nervous.
The whole time watching it, it was like. It was super nerve-wracking. And like, granted, you would like to think that there was some safety precautions in place where if he fell or something like that, but I don't know how there could be because he's literally climbing a building with no safety net, no nothing. And if he, takes a misstep or the wind blows or some shit, like he's dead, like on cable TV or on Netflix.
Have you ever seen those shits? Have you ever seen those shits where people like tightrope walk in between skyscrapers? And there were a couple dudes who did that shit and straight up died.
Did they ever die? Oh, did they die?
Yeah, there were a couple people. So a bunch of people have done this like over the years, but there were some that did it and they fell and they died. That shit is no joke. That's why I get nervous anytime I watch shit like that,
Yeah. So I mean, like I watched. He had a movie Free Solo where he's climbing a mountain, which to me is a lot harder than what he did because it pretty much was like he did like step by step and just like repeated that shit because the building was like the same structure. But yeah, there was a couple parts where he had to like finesse this like dragon silvery shit they had on the side of the building. And he's like hanging on by one arm, and there's like people inside of the building taking pictures of him. Like, this shit is wild. You got to see like this dude fucking climb this shit, because it made me realize like, well, I'm a fucking bitch.
Well, now that I know he survived, I'll watch, because that'll probably that'll maybe ease some of the tension in my mind. But yeah, that's I don't have that. Whatever that gene is, I do not have that shit. The one that like you taking bodily risk. I'm the opposite of that shit.
There was I don't think there's anything, like, I've never broken a bone. I've never done anything to put myself in like harm's way that bad. But I was watching like a video of someone that was like, you need to do some dangerous shit, or like, you know, something that terrifies you so you can like feel that type of fear. And I was like,
that shit.
Yeah, like I'm kind of good without doing that.
Yeah, well, the person describing that is an adrenaline junkie. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Like,
but you don't think like at some point you need to feel that type of like adrenaline to like.
We've all felt adrenaline at one point or another.
Yeah, but like a lifer, like almost on some like I could die from this shit type of thing. Uh-oh, we might have lost him.
Bro, you there? My bad. Did we just did I freeze or did you freeze? I don't know who froze.
You
One
froze.
of us froze.
You froze. It might have been. I don't.
Yeah, my internet. Yeah, I could hear you. What I was saying is that person, we've all felt adrenaline at one time or another. That person is a fucking adrenaline junkie if they're saying, oh, everybody's got to feel that. Adrenaline junkies can't fathom not being an adrenaline junkie. But like, I'm not a junkie, so I don't need to fucking, like, I don't need that shit in my life, you know?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess like, and there's certain levels to it too, where it's like, I'm like, I'd feel it on something a lot, you know, lower level than someone else, and I'd be fine with that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, some people just aren't adrenaline junkies. Like, I don't need that weird high. It's like a weird, uncomfortable high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I've gotten I get bursts of adrenaline before I do like debates and shit, but like, I don't like the feeling. It's not like a good feeling to me, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I don't want to be in some, yeah, you're right. I never like after the fact was like, oh, that was really cool that I got to feel like that scary ass moment where I almost died.
Yeah, some people like it. You know, I'm not one of them.
All right, I wanted to show you something. I had a couple things pulled up this week. One of them was this guy here. Let's see if I can share my screen here. So we went kind of viral. This dude, Dave Smith, tweeted out our video. So shout out to him, man. He gave us some love, which was kind of dope. I guess someone asked the super chat on him, and I don't know anything about him, but like, I don't know if you're close with him or not, but he was basically like saying shit about you. And then I was just like, hey man, that's me, Kyle and Corin Mondays. So like, I had a couple people text me. This one girl who's married to one of my good friends was like, hey, I saw like this Dave Smith tweet and I saw you on it. I was like, yeah, that was me. That's what's up. So like, shout out to him, man, for tweeting that shit, because it was kind of dope. But also fuck him, because I think we don't like him, right?
Yeah, I don't think about him. He thinks about me. I'll just say that. Like, he apparently has got a bone to pick with me. My feelings about Dave have always been, I think he's decent on foreign policy issues. You know, he's decent on drug policy. And then when it comes to economics and when it comes to Trump, he's a mess. So, I mean, it is what it is. He can come after me all he wants. But it's kind of interesting because he said some shit like I'm unserious. But he went viral for arguing with Douglas Murray on the Joe Rogan podcast. And Douglas Murray was trying to hit him with like some credentialism argument. Like, who are you to make these arguments? You're just a comedian. Like, you're just a podcaster. You don't know the history of this stuff. And he basically was like, well, the beauty of new media is that there is no credentialism. There are no requirements. You don't need a degree or this or that. Like, I can just read and learn some shit and then share it with my audience, and the audience can come to me, and then we're all better off for it.
Yeah.
But it's funny that he thinks of him, he gives himself a pass on that when he's a literal comedian, by the way, talking politics, right? But I don't get a pass for that, even though I'm a guy with a political science degree talking politics.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of funny that like he calls me unserious. Like, you're literally a comedian. That is like the definition of being unserious. Like, you're a jokester. You're a professional jokester who's talking politics. I'm a guy with a political science degree talking politics. And anybody who watches my show knows I would honestly put my show up against literally any other show in the space, because there is more policy shit talked about on my show than anywhere else.
Facts.
I know more about policy than any other political commentator, and I would put any amount of money on that. And so he can call me unserious all he wants, but I think he's sort of telling on himself there that he doesn't watch my show or know that much. He doesn't like me for it. It's the vibe I give off he doesn't like, which I can respect. I mean, that's fine. If you don't like my vibe, that's fine. You've never been. Exactly. That's the fucking Douglas Murray thing.
That's why I knew him, like, because of that one.
Yeah, from that shit.
Yeah,
and now he's doing the same shit Douglas Murray did, but to me, it's fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah. So I saw that, and that was a cool moment, man. Like, do you see anything that still gets you, like, giddy anymore? Like, anything on Twitter, or, like, what do you ever wake up and see something online and you're like, oh, that was cool, or that, like anything that anyone tweets about you, or, like, situations that, like, you've seen?
No, because I don't operate online where like I don't give a shit what people say about me. I don't even read the shit people say about me. Like, I don't know what people say about me. I don't care what people say about me. I'm not starstruck by other people in the same space. So like, I just focus on like the actual news and what's happening, and I react to that shit. So like, no, it doesn't. I never look at what people are saying. I never care what people are saying. So like, I never really have any sort of reaction. In fact, people kept sending me that shit. I never even fucking read the thing. I never read it. I had like 12 people send it to me, and you know what I did? One of my friends sent it to me, Josiah from Pondering Politics. He sent me the Dave Smith thing, and he was like, "Did you see this?" So I didn't even read it. I just heard Crystal told me, "Oh, he's coming after you." I was like, "Okay, great. I'm not going to read that." So Josiah sent it to me, and I responded with the, "Damn, I ain't reading all that." that meme. What does it say? Like,
yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
But good for you, or some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
good for you though, or sorry that happened. Like, I responded with that shit. Like, that's how I felt about it. I still haven't read the whole thing. Chris just told me the gist of it was he says you're unserious. So whatever.
The next thing that brings me to, and I've got some shit queued up, but that exact thing of like, good for you. I'm not reading all that, but like, whatever.
Yeah.
Was what I thought about this shit right here. The Kanye, like,
Kanye. Yeah. Facts. I thought the same shit. I didn't read that shit yet.
Bro, look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, that's OD. Like, you went full Nazi, and now are you expecting us to read your fucking essay? Get the fuck out of here.
I literally, like, as soon as you said that, made me think of this shit, because I had it pulled up because I wanted to ask your thoughts. And like, he's just comical at this point. Like, he's never been a serious person. But I saw that like he had like apologized in some newspaper post or some shit, and literally saw all this shit, and I was like, there is 0% chance I'm reading any of that shit. And it's like, who would? What, like, does anybody read that and actually like, all right, I accept his apology? It seems pretty genuine or some shit.
I don't know what's going on with him. First of all, we all know he's like severely mentally ill.
Yeah.
But he also apparently was addicted to nitrous oxide, that gas that they give you at the dentist. And like,
that's that you like changes your voice to the high pitch.
No, that's helium. That's helium.
Oh,
I'm talking about laughing gas. The laughing gas they give you at the dentist.
Right.
I don't know if they give it anymore, but they used to give it. But anyway, so he clearly fucked his brain up, and he's mentally ill. But like, I don't know what he's been on recently that now he like apologized. He like apologized to a rabbi. Maybe he got back on bipolar medicine, which is why he's realizing now how much fucking damage he caused, that he's trying to clean that shit up. Like, that might be what's happened, you know?
Yeah. But this was like, he's like talking about a car accident. Yeah. And then like, yeah. So I think but you've said this in the past. He's gone on and off his meds, and like some moments he like seems sane, understands what's happening. And then others, when maybe he's not on his meds, starts going straight Nazi. Like, you can't go straight like Nazi, make a song about that shit, and then just apologize and then think everything's good. Like,
yeah, you can't do it. You can't like goose step and zig heil for like fucking 2 years straight and then be like, hey, my bad, dog. Like, no, it wasn't like some accidental shit. It was like 2 years straight of this. Like, that's not some oop shit. Like, you meant that shit, you know?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this was sad. I mean, this was like, I don't even know what to think anymore. Cause like maybe
he's got to be back on his meds, right? That's got to be he's back on his meds. Did he quit the fucking laughing gas and he's back on his bipolar meds and he's having a moment of lucidity and he's like, oh shit, I really fucked everything up. Because through the eyes of a normal person watching his Nazi crash out, it was like hard to watch. We were looking at it like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yeah.
And if he gets back on his meds for even a little bit to have the meds actually start working, and then you show Kanye, here's what you were doing the last 2 years. Here's you on Alex Jones covering your fucking face and talking about how much you love Hitler. Like, he would be like, oh, what the fuck did I say? So maybe that's it. Maybe he's back on his medicine right now.
Yeah, it could be, but I don't like realize what is like his end game. Like, I doubt he needs money. Like, does he want to get back in the good graces of people? Or
I don't know. It's
sneakers?
a great question. Is it like he realized he lost his pop culture relevance and so now he's trying to get back in people's good graces? Or is it might actually be money though, because like I feel like he blew every relationship with every company he had some sort of deal with. Could be. Like his money's gonna dry up, and I'm sure he lives in a house that's like super fucking expensive and like he can't afford to live. Yeah, the level he's living at, he can't afford to live at that unless you got a lot of money coming in. And he probably's got dick coming in now because he's a fucking Nazi, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just the whole thing is like what I don't even know what paid advertisement at the top means. Like
he paid to run this in the Wall Street Journal, I think. He paid to have a full page ad in the Wall Street Journal where he apologizes.
You think he even wrote this?
I don't know. Here, zoom in. Let's try to read it. I'm actually curious now. You got me interested in what the fuck that shit says now. 25 years ago, can you make it a little bigger? It's kind of hard for me to see. Hold on, maybe I can make it bigger myself here. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I made it bigger. 25 years ago, I was in a car accident that broke my jaw and caused injury to the right frontal lobe of my brain. At the time, the focus was on the visible damage, the fracture, the swelling, and the immediate physical trauma. The deeper injury, the one inside my skull, went unnoticed. By the way, this also might not even be written by him, right? Like, I feel like this could be his manager or some shit writing this shit.
Or ChatGPT. The dashes are the biggest giveaway. Anytime I see dashes in people's shit, it's ChatGPT.
A huge ChatGPT giveaway or just AI in general giveaway. Mm-hmm. They always do this when they're writing some shit. They say, that's not blank, that's blank. It's like a rhetorical style where they say, that's not blank, that's blank.
Yep.
That's not this thing, that's this other thing. And now every time I see it, there's this YouTuber I watch who he does that format all the time. And it just occurred to me that he's got AI writing all of his scripts. And I was like, oh, fucking lost all respect, bro. Like, what the fuck is that?
It's the dashes, but then also like it's been incredibly wrong recently too. I was watching the UFC fight championship this past weekend. It was like Patty whatever, like versus some other guy. And literally I'm watching the match. It's live. And it was a interim championship match. So like they were fighting for some reason. So I was like, why is this championship match with Patty, whatever, an interim championship? And they were like, you must be mistaken. Like there's no championship match on tonight. And I was like, I'm literally watching this shit right now. And they're like, nope, I think you're wrong. I was like, the Rob Reiner situation literally put me two situations where I can't trust,
bro,
like any of the information is accurate at all.
Same. I mean, I told you the same shit. I saw Rogan on some podcast. Yep. I took a screen picture of what it was and sent it to ChatGPT and said, what podcast is this? So I was trying to figure out. It just lied. It said it was the Joe Rogan Experience. I was like, no, that's not. It said, yes, it was. And then I had to go search myself and I figured it out and I sent it to it. And I was like, stop fucking lying when you don't know. And it was like, oh, my bad. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's so human in how it acts.
Jed put me on to, there's this guy on social media. He's pretty funny. And he like, his whole vibe and videos are like him talking to AI. He'll be like he'll be laying on like train tracks that are like not active. And he'll be like, I'm about to get hit by a train. What should I do? And it's like, haha, I don't think you're about to get hit by a train, but if you were, I'd move out of the way. And he's like, the train's coming. I'm going to get hit. And like, there's all these situations where every time he does some like serious ass shit, AI can't react. Like AI doesn't do anything negative or like, I don't. What am I trying to
Well,
say?
that's why AI psychosis, I think, is a thing, because it's programmed to like always feed your delusions. And
Yes.
so if you're already delusional and it keeps feeding your delusions and saying you're right, you're a genius, that's
Mhm.
correct, then that's why people end up doing psychotic shit, because they think AI told them like, yeah, I'm a
Oh
god,
yeah,
I got this shit right, you know?
yeah, and everything's like positive too. Like there's
Yeah,
no
exactly.
situation, and that happens in that show Pluribus, which is gangster as hell too, because she like asked for a grenade in one of the scene, and they're like, like the AI is like finding ways to tell her like we can't give you a grenade, but then they ultimately do, and it like blows up. But they can't do anything that would like cause harm to you or like put you in a situation for harm. So like the guy's talking about robbing a bank, and AI keeps saying like, well, I think you're joking, but if this is a hypothetical, like you'd probably go in there with a mask and then put a note on the paper, like so AI isn't like real enough where it can like get you out of a situation where you're really in harm's way, I think is what I'm trying to say.
All right, let me keep reading this. Comprehensive scans were not done. Neurological exams were limited, and the possibility of a frontal lobe injury was never raised. It wasn't properly diagnosed until 2023. That medical oversight caused serious damage to my mental health and led to my bipolar type 1 diagnosis. Bipolar disorder comes with its own defense system. Denial. When you're manic, you don't think you're sick. You think everyone else is overreacting. You feel like you're seeing the world more clearly than ever, when in reality, you're losing your grip entirely. Once people label you as crazy, you feel as if you cannot contribute anything meaningful to the world. See, the reason why somebody wrote this is because he wouldn't just say this, because it's not him. It's easy for people to joke and laugh it off, when in fact this is a very serious debilitating disease you can die from. According to World Health Organization and Cambridge University, people with bipolar disorder have a life expectancy that is shortened by 10 to 15 years on average, and 2 times to 3 times higher all-cause mortality rate than the general population. This is on par with severe heart disease, type 1 diabetes, HIV, and cancer, all lethal and fatal if left untreated. Yeah, and he didn't want to take his fucking medicine. The scariest thing about this disorder is how persuasive it is when it tells you you don't need help. It makes you blind, but convinced you have insight. You feel powerful, certain, and unstoppable. I lost touch with reality. Things got worse the longer I ignored the problem. I said and did things I deeply regret. Some of the people I loved the most, I treated the worst. You endured fear, confusion, humiliation, and the exhaustion of trying to love someone who was at times unrecognizable. Looking back, I became detached from my true self. In that fractured state, I gravitated toward the most destructive symbol I could find, the swastika, and even sold t-shirts bearing it. One of the yeah, oops, I'm a Nazi.
Yeah, exactly. I've met other bipolar people. We all have met other bipolar people.
They don't start goose stepping. Yeah.
Like, they don't just start saying like Hitler shit. Like, oh my god.
One of the difficult aspects of having bipolar type 1 are the disconnected moments, many of which I still cannot recall, that led to poor judgment and reckless behavior that oftentimes feels like an out-of-body experience. I regret and am deeply mortified by my actions in that state, and am committed to accountability, treatment, and meaningful change. It does not excuse what I did, though. I am not a Nazi or an anti-Semite. I love Jewish people. Oh, okay. To the black community, which held me down through all the highs and lows of the darkest times, the black community is unquestionably the foundation of who I am. I'm sorry to have let you down. I love us. In early 2025, I fell into a 4-month-long manic episode of psychotic, paranoid, and impulsive behavior that destroyed my life. As the situation became increasingly unsustainable, there were times I didn't want to be here anymore. Having bipolar disorder is not a state of constant mental illness. When you go into the manic episode, you are ill at that point. When you are not in an episode, you are completely normal, and that's when the wreckage from the illness hits hard. Oh, interesting. Hitting rock bottom a few months ago, my wife encouraged me to finally get help. I have found comfort in Reddit forums of all places. Different people speak of being in manic or depressive episodes of similar nature. I read their stories and realize I was not alone. It's not just me who ruins their entire life once a year despite taking meds every day and being told by the so-called best doctors in the world that I am not bipolar, but merely experiencing symptoms of autism. My words as a leader in my community have real global impact and influence. Not anymore. In my mania, I lost complete sight of that. As I find my new baseline and new center through an effective regime of medication, therapy, exercise, and clean living, I have newfound, much-needed clarity. I am pouring my energy into positive, meaningful art, music, clothing, design, and other new ideas to help the world. I'm not asking for sympathy or a free pass, though I aspire to earn your forgiveness. I write today simply to ask for your patience and understanding as I find my way home. You know what I'm thinking of as I'm reading this? Oh. How big of a bitch Nick Fuentes and Milo Yiannopoulos and all those little fucking Nazi clingerons, how stupid they feel that they're these card-carrying Nazis, and they thought, yeah, we found our leader in a mentally ill black guy, Kanye West. Like, bro, Hitler would be rolling over in his grave looking at a gay Mexican twink being the leading Nazi in the country and a schizophrenic black rapper. And then Sneeko, who's also black, or he's brown, I guess. But, like, you got all, like, literally a diverse rainbow of Nazis. And then the second he comes down from his fucking manic episode, he's like, all right, yeah, I was tripping, y'all. I was tripping. I don't even mean that shit anymore. Like, it's so funny because Nick Fuentes still to this day sings Ye's praises, and Ye just threw him right under the bus with this shit. Like, oh yeah, I had to be mentally ill to be saying the shit I was saying, you know?
But I'm sure he'll find a way to backtrack or like say,
Yeah, bro.
Like it's the same thing with Trump.
Bro, and by the way, I also have experience with people with bipolar disorder, and the shit that he's saying now, like you say, he's going to say the opposite in a certain amount of time. Then he'll be back to saying this shit after that. Then he'll be back to being crazy again after that. You know, like that's what it is. It's never some solid ass shit. It's always some like just I make it up as I go, and it is what it is, and you got to deal with it. You know.
Well, and like the age-old thing that you always say is like, just show me with your actions. Like go, like show up at the Oscars and be normal. Like do an interview and be normal and apologize. Like you don't have to write this whole shit. Like just show us that you'll be normal, and like then maybe we'll start to believe you. But putting this whole long ass shit out and basically like, I thought at the end of it was going to be like a advertisement for like State Farm or some shit. Like I thought we were getting got because it was it's so comical and such a joke that like at no point when anybody is psychotic or whatever are they like, let me just start doing some crazy Nazi shit to like, because that's where like it's just like he's so far gone, and anybody who like believes him and like I don't even know if it start buying his shit again is just like,
I think he's cooked, bro. I think he's cooked. Like I think he actually blew it. Like the fall from grace was legendary. Like I'm not sure we've seen a fall that thorough yet. You know, where like now he has there's no defenders left. His last defenders were the Nick Fuentes like Nazi types, and now he's throwing them under the bus. Then nobody's fucking supporting him. People rode hard for him. The time where like I feel like almost everybody cut the cord and they were like, I'm done with him, is when he went on TMZ and he said slavery was a choice. And that was before the Nazi crash out. And then by the time he got to the Nazi crash out, pretty much everybody was like, fuck him. But then after the Nazi crash out, there was nobody left. He was just like, nobody fucking likes him anymore, you know? So I think he's cooked. Like, I don't know. I think he's cooked, like on some next level type shit. He could get some forgiveness when he puts out a real banger opposite of the last shit. I don't know. I don't
even know if a banger can save him.
Yeah, like I don't think a banger can save him, you know? Like there's some things that are just like if somebody was a serial killer or like a Harvey Weinstein level rapist or a Nazi, like the public's just going to be like, fuck off. Like we're good without you, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's the same thing with, who's it? Nicki Minaj right now. Like she's lost it. If she comes out with some shit, it's
so true.
Save herself, you know?
That's so true. Yeah, she's totally fallen out of favor. She didn't she call Don Lemon an FAGGOT? I think she did.
She might have.
And Don Lemon like clapped back. Don Lemon actually hit her back pretty good, like on some like shut the fuck up, you don't even know what you're talking about type shit. Because all the right wingers wanted Don Lemon to get locked up because he was being a journalist at a protest that went into a church, and like they tried to make it seem like he broke the law because he went into a church with the protest. And he was like, I didn't fucking break any laws. What the fuck are you guys talking about? And Nicki Minaj was like, lock him up. Fuck him. She's lost her damn mind too. That one's next. She might do a full Nazi break too next, you know?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, I don't know if she's kind of ever since that Charlie Kirk's or Erica Kirk forum thing. I haven't heard much from her, but I hadn't heard much from her before then. So I don't know, like, if she's doing more stuff now. Like, I don't know what she's up to, but I don't know if she like went quiet for a little bit.
Some people said she was trying to get a pardon for like a family member of hers or something. That was one of the theories I saw as to why she's sucking up to MAGA.
Yeah, they're a mess right now. I don't know like what is happening with. I haven't heard from Trump in a little bit. So like, I mean, but he has been saying shit on all the Minnesota stuff.
Yeah, but he's also, he's around. He's just been like falling asleep in meetings and shit. Like he's still doing his Trump shit, but he's like half dead. The full Brandonification of Trump is like upon us,
Aye. Okay, what else I got? I got two more things here that I wanted to ask you. I can't see any more of the chats coming in. Okay, look at this one here. Give me your thoughts on this one. I hope we're on the same page on this one. Okay. Which bite are you taking next there? I think it's I hope it's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. Sometimes
B.
Really?
Yeah, why? What are you doing?
I'm going C to then open up B as like the C
I see
opens
what
up
you're
that
saying.
whole
Because
middle
there's
part.
there's like nothing by C. It's just bread, right? That's what it looks like.
Facts. Yeah, because if you go straight B, there's potential to get some mustard on your face, breadcrumbs, a little
Yeah,
bit
no,
of
I think you
juices.
swayed me. I think you swayed me. I didn't notice that there was nothing by it until you mentioned C. So yeah, I think you're right. I think I would have chosen B, but then been disappointed because then I would have had like most of my bites remaining had like no meat in the shit, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I think I don't know if other people are saying other things, but I think C opens up the rest where you can go B back to A, and then you can finish with a strong another B bite and finish that whole shit.
I think that's right. I don't why is A even an option? I don't
Yeah,
even understand why they put A in there.
I guess you can go A to kind of like get some meat in your next bite, but not fully. And then I don't know. It's not
A is crazy. I'm perplexed by because I see the argument for B. B is like the intuitive, like if I just pick it up and I'm not thinking, I'm gonna go for where the shit is, which is B.
see someone said that shit, which is kind of interesting. Like that
Yeah, but your theory kind of is that saving B for last. Because think about it. If you take a big bite with C, basically everything left has some sandwich in it. It's got some meat in that bitch. So like you kind of swayed me because you argued what that dude is saying, you know?
yeah. A to make it heart shaped.
Okay. For artistic reasons, I'll accept it. I'll accept that.
Because A is another edge piece with crust. Now here's a hot take too, because when I was young,
Oh, I hated crust when I was young.
when I was young, I hated crust, but now
Same.
crust
I
is
fuck
kind
with
of
crust.
like crust is kind of goated.
Yeah, I fuck with crust now, but I hated it when I was a kid. I think my mom would cut the crust off for me because I was that picky about it, you know?
Yes, I always needed the crust off, but like now, some crust is like goated to a point where it's like the brown part is like kind of smooth, where you can like put your tongue on it a little bit, and it's like kind of like a snake skinny type of like leathery feel. But that might be like the OD artificial type of bread.
Facts. Yeah.
A lot of people, C is correct. I think C. I don't even think this was one that like is pretty controversial.
Well, I'm surprised more people aren't saying B because without looking too closely, I feel like the default answer is B just because that's where the meat is, you know?
Well, this is interesting. As a kid, maybe B, because like you're just more naive to be like, let me just take a bite with the biggest like meat.
Yeah, where the
like,
biggest part is, you just, yeah, of course.
Exactly. All right. So C is where it's at. All right. And then I got one more for you here. Let me move this. I was curious, and I don't know if this will play with, let me show you this one first. I did my homework this week. I just wanted to show you this one because I felt like this was me and you just as a person.
How lazy are you? Oh, I've definitely done that a few times in my life. Like the shit works just as well as if you had a thing, so just use that, you know?
It kind of does. I saw this and I was like,
that makes sense.
Genius.
It makes sense.
It makes perfect sense to not even put the shit together, and then ultimately like you could return that bitch afterwards because you didn't even use it.
And you just saved yourself like 45 minutes of pain and annoyance trying to put it together, you know?
Have you ever put some IKEA shit together? Or you
absolutely, and I fucking hated it. It was horrible. I hate one thing I suck at is stuff like that. I hate anything where I got to sit down and read some directions and go step by step. Like I'm gonna fuck up one of the steps, and then it's gonna fuck up everything else after that. You know?
Yep. Scotty's into Legos right now, and there's so many like little steps with that shit where if you skip or like one piece is not there or something like that, like those things are so just frustrating. Where like if you're rolling, it's good. If you just keep flipping the page and you find the pieces. But the same thing why I never understood puzzles. I don't know how people get enjoyment out of puzzles.
Yeah, no, I'm the same as you. But you know what's fun? Crystal loves puzzles. Crystal's mom loves puzzles.
They're like intellectually smart. Like I feel like their brain works on like a different wavelength. Like, like I feel like our brains work on some like New Yorker mindset where it's just like, why are you gonna have me sit down and look for some little ass piece where if I find it, it might not even fit in that slot,
It's such like we were talking earlier about some people are adrenaline junkies.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are like they want to like do little engineering problems like a puzzle, Whereas I've never been like that. I'm more artistic than I'm like that, Like I was big at drawing when I was a kid. I would always draw shit when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. Like I need like a blank canvas and to do whatever I want. I don't want to be put in a box where it's like these are the directions and the rules. Do that. It's like no, I want to make up the rules myself. Like I'm more of a creative than that type,
Yeah, I think I was that way too. Cause like I like Jed played chess and I like kind of pretended like I wanted to get into chess, but like I can't sit there and think like, oh, what's the next move? And like what, like let me think. All right, if he goes here, that's why same thing with like jujitsu. Like Molly wants me to do jujitsu. I feel like all that shit is the same type of like thinking where it's like you have to think, what's the next step that someone's gonna do? And it's like it's all in that box type of thing. Whereas like to your point, I just wanted to be like, let me go at my own pace. Let me color if I need a color. Like there's no time limit on this shit. Like, and whatever comes about, like comes about,
Yeah, that you're definitely more of a creative. If you don't like those sorts of engineering type problems, then you're more creative probably,
Did you get into chess or anything like that?
Yeah, I played chess when I was younger. Yeah, I was in the chess club in like elementary school.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. And I wasn't good. I wasn't great, but it was always fun to me. Just as soon as you learn how the pieces move, everything from then is just fun and interesting. And it's kind of amazing how good some people can get at chess, like how they are able to see like 3 moves ahead and see the board in a way that I don't,
Yeah.
It's a very amazing skill to have. It's a high degree of intelligence. It's like a technical ability that's very high up there,
I want to find a picture of this guy because apparently someone told me I look like this popular chess player on YouTube. Like a kid came up to me this weekend and was like, hey, do you know, oh, here he is right here. Let me find this guy. What's his name? And I was like, oh, all right. This is the guy right here. I don't know his name, but I'll show a picture of him. So he came up to me and was like, has anyone told you that you look like this dude? And I was like, no, who the hell is that? And he was like, oh, he's like a popular chess player on YouTube. I was like, first off, I was like, is he good looking? He was like, yeah, he's a good looking dude. I was like, all right, cool. I was like, let me see him. He pulled up a photo and I was like, man, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Don't do that shit to me. All right, so this is the guy here. You gotta tell me if I look like this dude. Where's this video? All right.
No, not at all.
Exactly, right? I don't.
No, it's literally just like the fact that you have facial hair and hair on your head.
And I was
like
wearing my clear glasses too.
Yeah, that's why. You know who people said you look like? I'm gonna look it up just to make sure it's the right person. People said you look like Joey Salads. And that is more accurate than this guy.
Let me see Joey Salads.
Joey Salads. Type him in.
All right.
Because people had said that to us in the past when we were doing our show, like, oh shit, Corin looks like Joey Salads. And we looked him up. And yeah, I see it more than I see this guy. Not a chance on this guy.
All right, let me try and bring up a photo of
this one. Is literally just like, hey, you're a guy and he's a guy. So
yeah, this one I could see it a little bit more. Like if he hit me with this, I would have been like, all right,
yeah. In certain pictures of that Joey Salads guy, you do kind of look like him. There's times when he has the facial hair and the hair on his head like you, and when he does that he looks like you that way,
All right, let me see. Maybe this one in the bottom right over here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I see it more than that chess player. And like he was like after I was like, I don't really know, man. He was like, no, I think, and then like he went away and was still looking at me like I was him
So
secretly. I
how
was like,
how old was the kid who said that?
he was young, high school, maybe
Yeah,
like 10th grade or some shit.
that's literally just like it's like a child just being like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, you look like." It's like, no, you don't even know what people look like, bro. You're a
yeah,
baby, you know.
exactly. Like I had glasses on, I had the beard, and then he instantaneously was like, you're him. I was
Yeah,
like, no, I'm
totally.
not.
Nah, he's tripping. He's tripping.
Yeah, I see the Joey Salads. What does this guy Joey Salads do?
He was like a
YouTuber?
YouTube prank guy or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I haven't heard anything about him within the past like 5 years, but he was like a YouTube prank guy, if I remember correctly. I'm not totally sure. The
Yeah,
audience might know better than me.
like the chats keep freezing, so I can't see any of that. But
Oh, really? That's
yeah,
crazy.
probably the Wi-Fi going in and out. I had one more thing. I don't know if you wanted to see it or not, but I was curious your reaction to this of what you would do if this happened to you while you were at a show. So let me share this and then we'll get to some other super chats. This dude was at let me see. You can't hear sound here, right?
Over here now.
I hear it.
Because these ladies and this whole section's gonna vouch for it. You want to make a scene? I'm gonna make a scene. Messing with teenage nieces again. Because this whole section knows they've been loud and obnoxious. Now they want to use profanity in front of my nieces. Everybody in the section.
So he was at a Broadway show and just started wilding out.
Yeah, nah, he's tripping. Fuck him.
Fuck him, right? Like I
Yeah,
thought this
OD.
thing, like I was kind of like, if someone was going off on my girls and like doing some shit, like you could still get up and go find a security and kind of just like be low key about it. You don't have to like make a scene.
He was just saying that they were cursing and they were being loud. He wasn't even saying they were saying that to his nieces. He just said they were using profanity. That's all he said. They weren't even going after his girls. That's not what I got out of that.
Well, apparently, like I think a longer part of it is like they were ruining they were at Mamma Mia or some shit, and they were like ruining the show. So like every time a scene would come up, the girls behind would like say what the scene is or say what song it is or like ruin the next bit for some like for the kids.
But you to make a scene like that is not acceptable. Like
no, right?
Whatever they did wrong, you did it times 2 by doing that. You know what I'm saying? You're ruining the shit for everybody in the fucking theater.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good ass point. Like if they're doing it just to your row, now you're gonna be a dick and do it to the whole fucking like stadium.
Exactly. That guy's just unhinged. That was unhinged, is what that was. You know, like that's not right. Mentally, he's not right. There's some screws loose. You know.
Facts. Facts.
Who reacts like that? What would it take to get me to react like that? I'm trying to think.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what? Like, if you were at the show there, would you be like, "Yo, come on, man, sit down"? Or like, I wouldn't have said shit. Of course. But I probably would turn around and be like, "My man."
Yeah. No, I wouldn't have said shit. I agree. But in my head, I'd be like, "What the fuck? Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares that you heard some shit from behind you. Like, calm down."
Yeah. But like, you don't think it would annoy you if like the person behind you was ruining the whole shit for you? If like, oh, the next scene, the mom's gonna come out and be like, "Oh, fuck you," like.
It would have to be pretty egregious for me to like, because there's a certain level of like silliness and stupidity you expect when you're at like a public thing like that. Mm-hmm. It'd have to be pretty fucking egregious for me to be like, this is too far. You know what I'm saying?
Say something.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
I guess I've been at movies before and people have been like obnoxious and like it's kind of just like you wait it out. Because I feel like the more attention you bring to it, the more obnoxious they'll be.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, there's been situations like that where I'm at the movie and either like little kids are just being dickheads, or someone's like talking during the movie and you kind of gotta either just be like, yeah, I don't think you say anything because then they'll like do it more because they know it's pissing you off. It's like with my daughters. I'm like, the more you say it's bothering you, the more they're gonna like keep doing the shit, you know?
Totally. Yep. I know what that's like.
I don't know. All right, you ready? Oh, one thing I wanted to ask you, that kind of like made me chuckle because I've seen her on sports for so long was Michelle Tafoya. I don't know if you saw her. She's like a sports anchor for like she was like a sideline reporter for the NFL, but she was like running for Minnesota senator now or something.
Really?
Yeah, she's like, she put out an ad of like, I've been on the sidelines for so long and been in these big situations. So these are the reasons why I feel like I'm qualified to run for senator of Minnesota.
She's running for U.S. Senate from Minnesota? Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Okay. All right.
And but she's super like conservative. Like, so like she's like, I'm bringing back kind of just common sense and like all
Oh
this
my
shit.
God. By the
And
way,
everybody-
choosing to run as a Republican for this election cycle is
Dumb
suicide.
as fuck, right? Yeah.
It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. There's literally a 0% chance. In Minnesota?
Yeah.
Minnesota's been under occupation by Trump.
Oh, she's running for governor. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Oh, she ran for governor. Yeah, okay. Well, ain't no chance a Republican's going to win the governorship in Minnesota.
With all the shit going on right now, right? Yeah.
First of all, Minnesota is already left-wing. Right off the jump, they're already a Democratic state. That's point number one. Point number two is now increase the Democratic vote another 10 percentage points based off what the fuck has been going on there. You got fucking MAGA ICE thugs murdering people, and now you're going to run as a Republican for governor? Good luck. Good luck with that. It's just a wait. You're just literally wasting your time. That's all that is, you know.
The comments were basically just like the reason that her hype video basically was like her trying to justify that she had the credentials to run, and everyone basically was just like, you don't have any credentials to run because you are a sideline NFL reporter.
Well, I mean, it's whatever. You could run no matter
true.
what your shit is, but I mean, it's just kind of funny to run as a Republican in 2028 for that election, you know, or 26 or whenever their fucking election is.
Oh, all right. You ready to get to some of these super chats?
Yeah, let's do it.
King of the Viltrumites always gets in hot and early and heavy.
Kyle, should me and my Viltrumites take over Earth right now, we will give you free healthcare, world peace, and feed the hungry. Your decision. Well, if you have an army that's willing to do that for the good of the world, can't be worse than what we have now, fella. So go right ahead.
Do it, bro.
Cole Kicker, thanks for the $5. Got back from a vigil for Alex Preddy and ATL. Great turnout. ATL doesn't deal with the cold well, so you can imagine how they are with ice. Yeah, well, shout out to you, man, because I imagine you're still dealing with some ice in ATL, I would think. I don't think you guys, I don't think it's all gonzo. I think it's still freezing and there's actual ice on the ground. What's that?
Bobby's in Atlanta.
Bobby's in Atlanta. Well, no, I think he's in Marietta.
Outside. Yeah.
Outskirts. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, shout out to you, man, because it's rough out there. So like, that's good stuff.
It's crazy that they have Virgils. Was that across the country, or you think that's individual? I hadn't seen other.
They're happening in a bunch of different places. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
King of the Viltrumites again, man. Thank you. What are the odds of Trump attempting to launch nukes either during a war or to hold onto power before 2029? Not zero. Not zero. Remember, this is the guy who floated nuking hurricanes multiple times to the point where, and this was in his first term, to the point where people around him were like, what? They thought he was joking. They're like, what are you talking about, nuking a hurricane? For some reason, he thought nuking a hurricane can stop it dead in his tracks or something.
Drinking what was it, bleach to stop COVID or something like that? Like,
yeah, or yes. Yeah, I think it was
Corin
bleach or doing a cleaning internally or like some light up your asshole or something like that. There was like a whole bunch of weird ones that he gave. Yeah, fucking absolutely absurd. But not zero, bro. Big can of whoop ass. Thanks for the $10. Do you know that YouTube put Wikipedia generated factoids about the sinking of the Titanic underneath your video on bovine getting demoted? Love it, love it. That's ridiculous. Holy shit. That's funny.
What did they do? They put Titanic. What?
So I said something like, this is the Titanic is sinking or something like that. And so apparently YouTube put Wikipedia generated facts under my video on that. That's about crazy. The Titanic. That's funny.
I watched like a Sunday morning on Kate Winslet, who was in Titanic. Shout out to
interesting. The day of Vino, Noam, and Home and Cry, I was just following orders, will be the happiest day of my life. I feel like that day might come. That day might come, the way it feels at the moment.
Thanks, King.
Julius Caesar, thanks for the $10. Kyle, in a world like Gotham, is Bruce Wayne, the billionaire, better off fighting for getting good politicians or fighting villains as Batman? In a world like Gotham, is Bruce Wayne, the billionaire, better off fighting for getting good politicians or fighting villains as Batman? I don't know, Julius Caesar. I don't know. But we appreciate you anyway, bro. Thanks for the 10
thanks.
bucks. Big Ken of Whoop Ass, thanks for the $5. What do you think of anarchism, communism, or animal liberation? I mean, I don't know. That seems like I think that's something that would be more. I would need like an hour video on that. It's not something I could really do justice in a classic quick Q&A session. But we appreciate you, bro.
Thanks.
I'm more of a democratic socialist than any of those in particular, though. Metalhead Matt, thanks for the $5. I support MSM having MAGA voices because 1, they're 35% of the country. 2, hearing all sides makes you well-rounded, critical thinker. 3, humiliating them. The only one I can really get on board with of those is number 3. I understand the logic of number 3. The rest of it, I don't agree with. Just because they're 35% of the country, who cares? It's like, should we have done that in Nazi Germany? Hey, most of the Nazi party's in power, and it's like the majority of the country. No, like we would have been better off if we were just like, no, this belongs in the fucking shadows. You should be shamed if you believe these things. And the hearing all sides thing, again, it's like nobody wants to actually hear all sides. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's like, let's get the Stalin defenders to come over here and the pedophile defenders to come over here. Like nobody actually wants to hear all sides. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the point is like, MAGA has crossed the line in so many ways that like we need to stop normalizing it by dignifying it and pretending like it's serious. It's not. These are like really evil people. You know what I'm saying? But I'll give you number 3 though, because look, I mean, I went on fucking Piers Morgan show and I debated Michael Knowles, and like the point was number 3. Like I'm going to humiliate these fucking idiots. They deserve our contempt. They deserve our scorn, and that's why I did it.
Facts.
Sentinel Kevin, thanks for the $20. Very kind of you. Kyle, whenever a waiter or waitress asks, how do you like your ice? Always say crushed. Facts. I agree with that.
There was the one good video out of Minnesota where the cops were like, or the ICE was handing out like donuts and hot chocolate. Did you see that? I don't know if that was like.
Yeah, well, no, that was the National Guard.
Oh,
that's what that was. So that's not ICE. That's not feds either. Those are the Minnesota State National Guard.
Interesting.
So they were sent in by Tim Walz to be more de-escalatory. They're not the same people.
So are they're like higher than ICE or like not even like a
it gets squirrely, bro. Like it's sort of up in the air, right? Like ICE is their immigration, but they're part of the federal government.
Yeah.
Minnesota National Guard is more state shit. So like in theory, the federal government is above the state, but the state is actually abiding by the law. The federal government is breaking the law. So this is what I'm saying. This is like Civil War type shit that's happening.
So crazy. Oh.
Nedia, thanks for the $5. Thanks again for fragrance maxing and your recommendations. Had a girl over the other night, and she loved the cologne collection, especially Club New York. That's right, Ralph's Club New York. Everybody, check
some
that
bunsies.
I'm telling you, man. My fragrance game is wild. It is on point. Today, guess what I'm wearing today?
What do you
I'm wearing the LeBron James one.
Oh, the one he had in his locker?
Yes. Yes. It is. Wait, I'm going to look it up right now because Crystal likes this one a lot too. Let me see if I got the name right. Yes. So it's Roca's Man Intense Eau de Parfum, but it's spelled Rochas. Oh, excuse me. Rochas. Rochas. But it's Roca's Man Intense. It comes in like a weird like cone-shaped bottle, and the liquid is like pinkish. It's a great fragrance. It's like coffee-ish, vanilla-ish. It's very, very nice. That's the one I'm wearing today. Roca's Man Intense. So check that one out.
I love about this one.
This one is very well priced too. So on the discounters like Fragrance Net, you can get it for $37.
Kyle's yet to try this one.
I'm curious. I do want to know. If I had to guess, it'd smell like some Old Spice type shit, like some old man type, like old school green fougere,
He definitely didn't put time in this shit. He definitely had people just say like, hey, make a cologne and like put my name on it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it literally says fight, fight, fight. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's fucking ridiculous.
So crazy. It looks like an Oscar award. Like it's literally in the shape of him. Like it's so crazy. Oh, I found that one funny.
It's just so depressing.
There's the GOAT.
Yes, shout out to Pentaxenstein. Thanks for the $50 again, man. Very kind of you. Kyle is cemented as the GOAT after today, and I quote, "The guy's got a head that looks like a literal ham. I've been married to my wife for 36 years. I never heard her LOL so hard. Thought she was going to pee the sofa." It's true, man. His head looks like ham. For people who don't know,
talking about,
you can look him up right now, Corin. The guy's name is Tom Homan. Homan. pull up a picture of Tom Homan, and you'll see that his head looks like a block of ham. It looks like a straight up block of ham, dog. Like,
I want to find a good.
Oh, you'll easily find.
This one kind of does it justice. Oh, it does.
I don't know if you guys could hear Phoebe barking. She's been barking for like 2 hours because she's barking at those snowplow guys.
Oh, I didn't share it. I didn't share it here. Oh, so good. Can you see the screen?
Yes, I can see it. Wait, hold on.
Is this him?
Yes, that is him. Yep. He looks different there, though. Hold up. Why does he look so different there? It's like, it looks like him, but it looks a little not like him. Yeah, no, that's him, though. That's definitely him.
It's definitely hammy.
His head just looks like a block of ham, dog. Like, he just... Yeah, this guy's a fucking mess. Anyway, I said that in my video today, and apparently you like that. So shout out to you, Pentaxenstein. Tell your wife I said thank you. Thank you for laughing so hard you almost peed at my commentary.
I'm always fascinated when people buy those big ass blocks of hams and turkey outside of anything like Thanksgiving related.
Yeah, I agree. That is kind of weird, isn't it?
Like
Melhead Matt, thanks for the $5. Archaeological evidence indicates that Jews have inhabited the land of Israel for 3,000 years. Not everything in the Bible is fake. Egypt and the Romans. Okay. Well, shout out to you and your archaeology degree. The Golden Child, thanks for the $5. What are some fears you guys had growing up that you eventually overcame or still struggle with? Did you fear flying after ValueJet and TWA 800? So a fear I had growing up for sure was I didn't like swimming, and I think that's because of the movie Jaws.
Oh shit! Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I just didn't like. I just had a thing about water. Like I knew a shark wasn't gonna eat me in a swimming pool, but like I still didn't like swimming, and I think it was largely because of Jaws. And other things that I still struggle with, I don't know, but Crystal did tell me that I was randomly talking in my sleep last night. And I think that's because of the fever I had. I was like having fever dreams and I was talking and shit. So that was weird. But other shit, I've never loved, I mean, you mentioned flying. I never liked flying ever in my whole life. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't remember ValueJet. I do remember TWA 800. I think in New York, if you go over one of the bridges, I don't know if it's the White Zone or the Throg's Neck, but there's a big like cross. And I believe there's like a memorial there that was for TWA 800. I think after all of those like plane crash things for a second, every time you fly, you get a little like, a little bit more, I don't know, nervous or anxious or scared. The one that like trips me up a little bit, and occasionally I'll get this, but it's not too often, but like I'll like be going to sleep and I'll like close my eyes and I'm like, I might not like wake up. And like that freaks me out a little bit. Like sometimes when I go to sleep, I'm like, I like just that period of like sleep to when I wake up of like not being human, like not just being like unconscious, scares me a little bit. So sometimes when I go to sleep, I'm like, damn, this is kind of scary. It doesn't happen often, but occasionally it'll happen.
Yeah, I would imagine if I was ever in an earthquake, that would fuck me up OD,
An earthquake, yeah, that'd be some shit.
Because then it would feel like you'd be, wait, I didn't know this was possible, that like the world could just start shaking and there's nothing you could do to stop it. Like everything just starts shaking. That sounds so unbelievable. Yeah.
The fact that you say that too, the ocean is one that is a fear that I struggle with. I got caught in a riptide, so I don't go in the ocean anymore. Like I'll put my feet in the water, but that's it. And there was even one moment when we were in North Carolina where I was like kind of just recording the water, and the wave like kind of brought me in a little bit and almost like swept me off my feet. I don't fuck with the ocean, man. That's one where the water is too rough. So like I have a fear of the ocean and like kind of being in that. I think about that for my daughters, where it's like eventually they're gonna go in the ocean and like swim and stuff. That scares the shit out of me, man.
Yeah, the riptide lesson, that's a big lesson. Like you got to respect the water. That shit is more powerful than any of us. So you got to fucking be easy when you're out there, You
ever see those videos of like, I don't know where it is, but like the water goes all the way back and then like the tsunami comes, but like how scary it is of the water. Like,
of course,
Mother Nature is a bitch, man.
Totally. Surendras Thapin, thanks for the $5. Hey, Kyle, what are your thoughts on the type of foreign policy positions a country like Australia should have? I don't know if you've heard of AUKUS. It's controversial. I have heard of AUKUS, and I know Joe Biden was obsessed with AUKUS, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like Australia, it's just sort of like under the sphere of influence of the U.S. in the sense that you sort of outsource all of your foreign policy stuff to the U.S. in the same way that the U.K. and Europe does, because you're like one of our allies under our umbrella. But, I mean, obviously the U.S. is no longer going to be the world's sole superpower, so all these countries now have to start thinking about how they need to act in their own respect. And, I mean, I just like to see a world that was built around sort of respect of sovereignty and independence of other countries, no stupid wars or stupid invasions or stealing of natural resources, making unilateral deals with other countries to do trade and whatnot. Like, I mean, everybody should just have like a non-interventionist foreign policy and sort of treat everybody in a neutral sense and like make deals to have economic ties and take it from there, basically. I mean, that would be my answer, not just for Australia, but for everybody. Guitar Pro, thanks for the $5. You watching A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms? It's set 100 years before Game of Thrones, and it's more of a lighthearted short story. Also, F-Ice. F-Ice indeed. So I have not started watching it yet because I'm a binge watcher. I don't like to have to watch every week.
By week, yeah.
Yeah, and I always forget what happened the week before, so I'd rather just watch it all at once. But I will definitely be watching A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Probably after the first season, I'll probably start watching it.
Is it the same family as Game of Thrones?
No. It's 100 years before Game of Thrones. So it's like you do have the same like last names, but it's
but it's like the same series. Like it's the same umbrella, like director and shit?
It's the same universe. It's the same universe as Game of Thrones. It happens in the same place as Game of Thrones. That's what it is. But you're not going to get like Ned Stark's not in it. Fucking King Joffrey's not in it. Joffrey Baratheon's not in it. But you do have like the Targaryens are in it,
Is it the same producer and director and all that shit? Like
I think George R.R. Martin is involved in this one. He wrote it. So yes, in a sense, yes. Okay. But the director I think is different.
Damn, I might have to check that out. You said Game of Thrones is a banger, right?
Oh, you haven't watched Game of Thrones yet?
Never seen it, no.
So that is like the first like 3 or 4 seasons is probably the best show ever made. Maybe.
Really?
And then after that, it sort of falls off, but it's still worth it. Even though it falls off, it's still worth it to see it.
Even if I'm not like a dragony, whatever.
No, that's what I had to get over too. Is Crystal made it seem like it was this fantasy ass thing, and I was like, I don't like fantasy shit. Yeah. It's fucking stupid. But no, it's not really. It's more of like a political drama than it is like a fantasy thing. There are elements of fantasy, but it's more of a political drama than anything else.
Interesting. All right, I may have to see.
Dang, thanks for the $5. Hi, Kyle. Can you share how you and Crystal first met and got together? The two of you are a real power couple. She DM'd me to come on her show, and I agreed to do it. And so they had me on. She'll openly say she was using me at the beginning to get views because they were new to the scene and they knew I was big on the scene. And so they knew anytime they had me on, they got good views. So she used me for views. I came on. We enjoyed it. I think we stayed in contact a little bit, but then she invited me to a live event that was in Brooklyn,
New York, right? Yeah,
yeah, just before COVID, and so I met her there in person for the first time, and then from then on we just kept talking, and it escalated from there. So that's the general breakdown as to how we became us.
Thanks, Dan. You could send another $5. I'll tell you how I met Molly.
Big can of whoop ass. Thanks, bro. How tall are you guys? I always imagine Kyle between 5'6" and 6'2" somewhere. That is a huge fucking range, bro. That's such a big range. That's like almost everybody except NBA players fall in that range. So I'm 6 feet tall. I'm 6 feet tall.
I would say you're like 6'1" because I'm like 6 feet, and I feel like you've got me by a little bit. You're a little taller than I am. I think I'm 6 feet, but you've got me by a little bit. You're a little taller than me.
Yeah, my license says 6 feet. That's what my license says. SC Truth, thanks for the $10. ICE feels safe doing this because cops have gotten away with doing it to Black Americans forever. This isn't the collapse of the legal system. It's the point of it. Appealing to the law can't be our focus. Yeah, but we got to try to make the law reflect what we know the law should be. You know, to give up on that seems very defeatist. It seems very nihilistic. Just be like, yeah, this is what it is. It's like, no, we can't just have it be what it is. And by the way, I feel like this point you're making is too loose also. Yes, cops get away with a lot of abuse and they have gotten away with murder. But there's also been instances of them being found guilty. And also, anytime there's like a cop killing, you know the name of the cop by the end of the day. There's a whole process and shit, and he gets fucking arrested. They're literally trying to make it so these motherfuckers never even have to go to court, dog.
Yeah.
Like, this is not the same thing. We still don't know the name of the person that shot Alex Preddy. This is not the same. This is a level above. Like, as much as the cops are sort of like above scrutiny and above reproach and above the law, this is like 10 times higher than that shit, right? So, like, don't get it twisted. This truly is uncharted territory.
Excuses for them. Or like defending
them.
What
would they have done in the past in a scenario where something like this happened? It'd be like, oh, we're doing an investigation and we're looking into it and we're going to get to the bottom of this and we're going to get the answers. And there would be some. Now they're just like, fuck you. They murdered somebody and they're still on the job and we just moved them out of the state so they avoid getting arrested. Like, that's what the whole shit. So it's not, you're playing too loose with it and appealing to the law. No, we need to make the law needs to reflect what we know is right and wrong. When we give up on that, we're giving up on civilized society. Like, we're just saying, fuck it. Like, there is no rule book. No, we need to have a rule book and make the rules make sense. Yeah. And that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, it's crazy now that like people watch like the same video that's clearly like one way of like, no, he wasn't pulling a gun out. The other lady wasn't trying to run him over and they could still defend the other side of it. You know, like, it's like we're all watching the same video, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing. And like, this is what people need to understand is they know they're lying. Yeah. They know they're lying. Like, they know they're lying, but they say it anyway because they're committed to lying for the greater cause of MAGA. That's how they look at it, you know? Crazy. Jonathan Gasana, thanks for the $5. Question for both, burgers or pizza for the rest of your life? Corin, the Wahlburger looked banging. I would say burgers.
I would say burgers too. I feel like there's more nutrition with the burgers and you can get some lettuce. The Wahlburger didn't look banging. Like, it was too raw. And I talked to Jed and he was like, that's how I like my hamburgers. But then Molly was like, hamburgers shouldn't be that raw. It's like ground beef. So it shouldn't be red like that. That burger needs to be cooked a little bit more. And I ate it, but it still scared me a little bit because it seemed too raw. With your steak, yeah, that's fine. It can be a little raw, but a hamburger shouldn't be looking red like that. It was a little sus.
Codelio, thanks for the $5. Hey, y'all. Kyle, would you ever have Moist Critical on KKF? Yeah, absolutely. Also, just joined your Patreon. Corin, thank you, bro. Corin, ever eaten a burger at BurgerFi, awesome burger and milkshakes?
I feel like I've been there, but I don't remember what it was like. I got to go back and try it again. I feel like it's a pretty big chain, right?
I'm
not sure. You ever had BurgerFi?
I don't think I have, no. I'm pretty sure I haven't. But I would absolutely have Moist Critical on KKF, bro, because I saw his video on the killing of Alex Preddy, and it was great. And I just feel like he's a good dude with a good heart, you know?
I don't remember BurgerFi, but I'll go back and try it.
Metalhead Matt, thanks for the $5. For all his flaws, Savak, the Shah, did successful economic reform / nationalization, white revolution, that brought prosperity, literacy, and secularization. You're talking about Reza Pahlavi? I think you're talking about the original Reza Pahlavi. I'm guessing that's what you're referring to. Yeah, but there's a reason there was a revolution. You know, he was a Western puppet, and the people had enough, so they got rid of him. So, you know, got to let people make their own sovereign decisions. That's how we need to function in the world. But shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you. Wes Nelson, thanks for the $20. Kyle, I was talking to my boomer dad, and he is one of the main problems we have in this country. He said that what happened to Alex was murder, and he hates Trump, but yet is happy he's in office because his taxes are lower. Man, that is boomer brain rot, bro. That is boomer brain rot. Somebody had a tweet the other day that was really fucking wild. It was like, I often think about the fact that the millennial generation is the only generation born after the lead was taken out of paint and before smartphones. And you stop and you think about it and you're like, yeah, is everybody else just fucking brain poisoned?
Could be.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not the case, right? Like, there's plenty of great boomers, plenty of great Gen Xers, plenty of great Gen Z, et cetera, et cetera. But like, yeah, that mindset to me is psychotic. That's so toxic to think like, yeah, like the fascism's happening, but my taxes are lower. It's like, really? That's like, you're fine with that then?
Are taxes even lower?
Well, his dad's probably wealthy, and that's why he's saying that, because taxes are lower if you're wealthy. You know?
Yeah. Well, like it's like, yeah, it makes no sense.
It's just selfish. It's just selfish.
Yeah.
Guitar Pro, thanks for the $5. The ice stuff is so bad, even normies like Moist Critical are making videos about how terrible they are. You should watch his video on it. Not only did I watch his video on it, I am going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that.
Is Moist Critical right wing?
No, he's like a normie, apolitical type guy.
Oh,
yeah, normie, apolitical type dude. Like, he views himself as like centrist-y, common sense-y. I really think he doesn't think of himself as political like at all. And so for him to come out and say that stuff, it's a huge deal. And yeah, he did a video on it. The video is great. I will be covering it on tomorrow's show. So everybody definitely check that out. Check you later. Thanks for the $5. Hey, Kyle, the midterms can't come soon enough. That said, how big of margins do you think Democrats win by, provided there's no fuckery? I mean, shit, if there was no fuckery, I think it'd be like prime FDR level numbers. I really do. I mean, I think it would be probably a historic blowout for modern history. I think it would surpass what the Tea Party was for the Republicans. I think it would surpass 2018 when the Democrats did well against Republicans. I mean, if there was no fuckery and it was straight up, oh my God, I think we'd be shocked. I think there'd be pickups that literally nobody thought would happen. I think it'd be like that. I think you're going to have like Republican districts that are like R plus 20 that are going to go like Democrat plus 6 or something like that. I really think it'd be like that if there was no fuckery. Now, that being said, there is going to be fuckery, but I still think the actual, when all said and done, it's still going to be a big Democratic win, even with some of the fuckery.
Thanks. Check you later.
McCredbeard, thanks for the $5. Can Trump pardon all ICE with sweeping declaration, or does it have to pardon each individual? Also, Legal Eagle on KKF. I'd love to get him on, but I don't know if he would really want to do that, because he strikes me as not trying to come across as political, even though he's political, because he's just like a legal guy. So I don't know if he'd want to do it, but I would love to have him on. And can Trump pardon all ICE with a sweeping declaration? Who knows, bro? I mean, even if he's not allowed to do it in a sweeping fashion, he still probably would just fucking do it like that. You know what I'm saying? So the trick here is you need to charge these people with state charges, right? Like Minnesota needs to charge the officer, they're not officers, the criminals that murdered Renee Nicole Good and Alex Preddy, right? Like that's what needs to happen is Minnesota needs to, because Trump cannot pardon if it's state charges. State charges are beyond reach. He can only pardon if there's federal charges. So you got to charge these people at the state level. It's basically the way to guarantee there's justice, you know?
Thanks, Tony.
Tony Izzo, thanks for the $2. Hope you boys are staying safe right now. We are staying safe. We are staying warm. And knock on wood, like I still haven't lost my power yet. So that's good. Because between now and 11 a.m. tomorrow, there's a chance I'll be losing my shit. So we'll see.
I don't know if you've seen these videos, but people that do have like ice on their driveway, they take blow torches to it. You should tell the people outside to just put a blow torch to your driveway. And just
shit, they might be doing that right now because they're trying everything to get that shit up.
Yeah.
Metalhead Matt, thanks for the $5. It's one thing to damage the property of ICE in absence of accountability / justice. It's wholly another to destroy your fellow resident's car / building. Can't really talk logic into a group of people that's experiencing oppression and basically an organized crime spree against them, right? Because like the reaction from the mob is going to be like, well, where the fuck were the consideration for the rules when you had ICE thugs murdering people? Now you're going to talk to us about the rules, about what's allowed and what's not allowed. We just watched multiple people get shot in the face and fucking murdered. So while you're right, there's no negotiation with a mob that like just saw murder happen and they got away scot-free. They're going to do shit. Now, actually, to my surprise, it's been more tame than I expected coming out of Minnesota. Like, I'm surprised you didn't have at least some shit OD burned down. So
they're just like peacefully protesting, right? There's a lot of
protests going on. Overwhelmingly peacefully protesting in Minnesota, even though ICE is literally getting away with murder. So shout out to them. But I think the point is, if there were to be some riots Am I going to sit here and fucking finger wag it? Oh, how dare you stop? Like, we're not fucking 7 years old, okay? The real chastising should be against the federal government for fucking hiding and protecting murderers. Like, if you don't want shit to burn down, then fucking arrest the motherfucking murderers and bring about justice. Yeah. You know, I'm just sick of the fucking onus always being flipped onto. It's always like liberals and lefties and the protesters, like, you got to be the bigger person. You got to be the logical ones. You got to be the ones to fucking do everything right. And it's like, where the fuck is that mentality when we're looking at a literal fucking cartel gang, like torturing people and running around and murdering people and wreaking havoc? Like, that's who needs the lecture, you know?
Facts.
Jonathan Gasana, thanks for the $5. Corin, most athletic in your household, and Kyle, any Valentino fragrance in your collection?
I would say I'm the most athletic. I'm just kidding. Probably Molly. I don't know. Molly's pretty athletic. She's really good at a lot of the sports she does, but I'm pretty athletic. I just don't apply it to any sports.
And to answer your question, I don't have any of the Valentino ones that you're talking about, but I do have Ferragamo Uomo Signature, Salvatore Ferragamo Uomo Signature, which is another nice coffee-ish type scent, which I like. But I don't have any of the. I know the ones you're thinking of. You're thinking of the like what is it, like Purple Melancholia and Yellow Dream and those ones. I don't have any of those in the collection yet, but I will try to get my nose on some of those soon. But I do have Ferragamo Uomo Signature, which is a really nice one that I would recommend.
What's up?
Cone Prince, thanks for the $24. Hey, Corin and Kyle, big fan from the Netherlands here. Kyle, why don't you fully support James Tallarico? He is the real deal. Corin, did you enjoy the Spurs teams with Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili? I was a huge fan.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, they're goated. They're one of the best like teams of all time. I hated them a little bit because Tim Duncan, Tony Parker. No, actually, Tony Parker, I don't think was on that team, but they beat our 99 Knicks in the NBA Finals. They had like Avery Johnson, Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Sean Elliott. But that was some of the best basketball to watch of all. Like, they just played basketball the right way, which in today's game, you don't see a lot of it. The Warriors still do it a little bit, but the Spurs are goated. Sadly, I don't know if you saw this, but I saw a video of like Greg Popovich. He was honored at a Spurs game. He's in bad shape, man. Like,
I saw that too. Walking with a cane.
But like, he looks really old, and it just like it made me think, like, I don't know how much time he has left, but like, it was sad to see.
So to answer the Tallarico thing, I'm not opposed to Tallarico, but issues I do have with him. One of the things I don't like is he still does it's not left versus right, it's up versus down. And at this point, I hate that line. It's actually both left versus right and up versus down, or bottom versus top, however you want to say it. I think we live in an era of hyper-partisanship. I want Democrats to be hyper-partisan. He's not. He's trying to do I'm above the fray. You know, I can win over Republican voters. No, you can't. You have to play to your base. Don't fuck this. Oh, it's top versus bottom, not left versus right. No, it's left versus right and top versus bottom. So that's one thing that I don't really like. He also took a bunch of money from Miriam Adelson or an affiliated PAC, and it was all so that he would be in favor of legalizing gambling, which, of course, Miriam Adelson would make money off of. So there's that as well. The other thing is, I find his affect really... I don't like his affect at all. He reminds me of like Pete Buttigieg or like an Obama clone, a knockoff. There's something very inauthentic about the way he speaks that I don't like. Now, having said that, if you just look on paper what he says he supports versus Jasmine Crockett, he is more left-wing on paper. So on that alone, I'm not opposed to him. I'm not opposed to him, but I don't know. I don't believe him, right? I don't believe him.
Who's Tallarico now?
He's running for U.S. Senate in Texas. Okay. The other thing is, guys, he's gotten multiple requests to go on Breaking Points, and he's refused to go on Breaking Points. Mm. And that's a red flag for me. Because, like, why? Why are you refusing to go on Breaking Points? Is it because you know that Crystal asks real questions? Is it that?
Probably.
You know, like, I don't know, but I do find that very weird. Like, there's so many politicians who go on breaking points and they're
Well,
like,
they saw what
happy
they did
do
to
it.
that lady from Michigan or whatever.
Melissa Slotkin. Yeah.
They
But, like,
OD'd on that lady.
yeah, but Tallarico wouldn't be that aggressive because Alyssa Slotkin has a way worse track record than Tallarico. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's way worse than him by any metric. So, like, it wouldn't be like that. But the fact that he didn't agree to that, I don't know. So he just rubs me the wrong way in many respects. But like I said, on paper, he is further to the left of Jasmine Crockett. So I'm not opposed to him. The thing about Jasmine Crockett, she also has a lot of downsides. Pretty bad on Israel. Has taken money from like crypto PACs and shit. So not great. The only thing that I like about her is that she's ruthlessly partisan in a good way, and she's very authentic. And so I think those characteristics and those qualities are like super important in today's day and age. You need to be ruthlessly partisan. Like, in other words, to sort of boil it down, she's like a fighter and he's not. She's a fighter and he's not. But again, I honestly don't know how I would vote right now if I was voting in that primary. Because like I said, on paper, Tallarico is further left. I just don't really believe him. You know what I'm saying? But like, on paper, Jasmine Crockett is to the right of Tallarico. And I know she's just like a standard Democrat. I think at the end of the day, whether you get Tallarico or Jasmine Crockett, you're just going to get a standard Democrat coming out of, not great, but not horrible, like a standard Democrat coming out of Texas. And then the question just becomes, and I think this is where people are really making their decision, is like, who do you think will actually win? Like, who do you think could beat the Republican in a Texas Senate race? And on that, I think reasonable minds can disagree. But I think most people think Tallarico has a better chance of beating Republicans running for the Senate. Is it Cornyn? No, it's not Cornyn. I think maybe it's Cornyn. But anyway, like, I think that's where a lot of people end up supporting Tallarico, is they feel like he actually has a chance where Jasmine Crockett doesn't. But I would say, don't underestimate, in this political era, don't underestimate ruthless partisanship and authenticity. Like, I know she says insane shit all the time, but that's almost like a superpower these days. It's like a Trumpian thing where you could say some wild shit and then still get a lot of support. And she kind of has that same thing going on. And I know they think it's a liability against her in Texas, but I'm not sure it is a liability against her. But I mean, like I said, she's also got some big downsides though. So I'm not riding hard for her either, but hope that answers your question. Meister, thanks for the $5. Marco Rubio looks like a D.B. Cooper suspect. I don't know what that means, but it sounds bad, so I'll agree with you. Fargonaut, thanks for the $5. Hey, Kyle and Corin, remember me? Kyle, did you start snoring yet? If so, hope it's loud, LOL. If not, I'm manifesting it'll happen because it'll be funny as fuck. No, I haven't snored. Do you know what he's referencing, Corin, or no?
No, I don't. But Fargonaut,
I don't either.
I feel like you're here weekly. I don't, or unless you're an OG. I remember the name, but I feel like you're here every week, so appreciate you. Yeah,
but no, I haven't started snoring. I think he's referencing something that we should remember, but we don't, is what I think's happening.
I got a bad memory.
Powaz, thanks for the $10. Shout out to the Secular Talk Discord. Helps keep me sane during these dark times. I'm living in one of the worst red states in the U.S., but even here in a smaller town, I saw Stop ICE funding protests. There's more of us than you realize, bro, and our numbers are growing by the day. Because people, like, I sense that everybody's getting radicalized by looking at what's going on in this country. Everybody's now moving left and getting radicalized. Nobody can handle this. I mean, this is like history book type shit. Like, this is the shit you read about in history books, you know?
This last one was bad. And then you see the video of the guy who was an ICU nurse who's like reading, the thing to the Marine who passed away, or the veteran. And it's just like, anyone who thinks that this guy was a domestic terrorist is just like, they're lying to themselves.
100%. And they know they're lying. That's why they're saying, like, they don't give a fuck. They're smearing a dead man who was murdered by them, Yeah,
it's crazy.
Julius Caesar, thanks for the $10. Every day, the increasing horrors from ICE make me think we will never recover, and your videos make me think there won't be a free election, if at all. What can we do aside peaceful protests? I mean, the answers are all fucking, it's all simple, It's all the fundamentals. It's like, first of all, it's it shouldn't be overlooked. Like all the basic shit, people should all register to vote. They should go vote. People should protest. There was just a general strike the other day in Minnesota and 200 other cities, and that was wildly successful. That literally has now helped lead to Greg Bovino got fired. Kristi Noem might be next. Trump is panicking because he sees how much the polls are going down because there's people in the streets fighting back. Like, what you got to realize is politics is like an eternal power struggle. That's what politics is. And so, like, just by never giving up, you are going to win. You understand? So, like, literally the only thing you can't do is throw your hands up and just give up. Right? As long as you keep showing up over and over, we win eventually. So, no, I mean, if you're worried about the election, being rigged, so am I. Well, make it too big to rig, right? That's the classic answer. And fucking get out there and protest, get involved in a general strike, do some community organizing, whatever it may be. But like, no, now is not the time to fucking feel distraught and pack it up. Now is the time to get reinvigorated. HG Trip, thanks for the $10. How do you guys feel about athletes and celebs who didn't speak out against ICE and haven't said much in general during the regime? I'm pretty disappointed in Ant-Man Edwards. Like, bro, it was in Minneapolis. That's very true. By the way, I hate to do it, but I have to do it because he earned my respect. Shout out to Tyrese Halliburton, bro. Tyrese Halliburton. Yes, he tweeted that. He said they murdered Alex Preddy. That's what he said. He said they murdered Alex Preddy. And it was the NBA Players Union released a statement that was pretty good. It was more aggressive than any other statement I'd seen. Like that some corporation signed on to some bullshit letter about like lowering the temperature or some dumb bullshit. But there was the NBA Players Union shit was pretty decent. There was also Isaiah Thomas, not the older one, the younger one.
Yeah.
He said some shit too about how like they murdered him.
There could be more though. I feel like the whole Timberwolves, like you're right. Anthony Edwards, him saying one thing would make a huge difference.
Yes, to your point. Yes, but they're all fucking, I guess they're trying to protect their bag. But at the same 100%. Time, though, you do have to give credit because, like, there's more NBA players than any other type of athlete saying anything, right? Yeah. And the NBA Players Union released a decent statement. Like, on the one hand, it's like, shout out to them. But on the other hand, it's like, yeah, why can't fucking LeBron say some shit? Why can't Anthony Edwards say some shit? I saw they, like, asked Julius Randle in the locker room, and he, gave some generic kind of response. And it's like, don't like give me some a little more than that.
Yeah, like just give an authentic answer of like they murdered a man, and like no one will side against you if you just say like exactly what happened and you just give a genuine answer. Like
or have one of them say it's fascism. Just come out and say this is fascism. That's what it looks like,
Yeah. The LeBron thing gets me a little mad because he recently, I think 2 games ago, he just released a new sneaker that like the whole emphasis on it was like still talking, like because it was like to shut up and dribble, and the talk was like crossed out and it's still king. But if like you're gonna come out with a sneaker like that and not say anything that's like anything against what's happening right now, then you're not doing any talking. Like you're not saying anything.
Yeah, that's some bitch ass shit, man. That's some bitch ass shit. Yeah, like it really is a moment where like really, so you have now. The federal government is routinely executing innocent people in the streets, and you guys are not going to say anything? Like, everybody should be saying something, you know?
Yeah, facts. Like the Minnesota Vikings, they should come out and fucking say some shit.
Scheistermeister, thanks for the $5. An ICE thug is eventually going to meet the Second Amendment in self-defense. Matter of when, not if. Well, and that's what I was warning these guys on my show. I've been saying it routinely is when you cut off all avenues to actual justice, all that's left is vigilante justice. And nature abhors a vacuum. And so if there's no real justice, people will accept vigilante justice. And they're begging people for that reaction. And like, if you keep begging, somebody's going to deliver. And you can go ahead and shut the fuck up when you start saying how wrong and how bad and how evil it is. Correct, which is why you should have fucking arrested these motherfuckers and put them behind bars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fernando Fernandez, thanks for the $10. Floridian here. When a hurricane loses strength, it starts to wobble around the eye. As the Earth warms, the polar vortex does the same thing and starts to wobble. That leads to the extreme weather. That's exactly right. And I think I've read somewhere that with climate change that happens more often, so we get these polar vortexes more often that like dip down. We are in one now, and we're going to be in it for the next week, bro. Like it's going to be here for a hot minute.
And that's what's causing like the crazy cold and snow and all this shit.
The polar vortex wobbles and comes down into the U.S. and is kind of locked in now a little bit, and then eventually it'll recede.
Damn, that's kind of crazy.
Tony the Trojan King, thanks for the $20. Very kind of you. Hey, Kyle, could you have Dr. Mohammed Marandi and Christopher Hilal on KKF? Both are Iranians who are geopolitical experts on the politics and history of Iran, Syria, the Middle East, and the axis of resistance. I cannot make any promises about those people in particular. I will look into them. But when we do talk Iran, we usually have on Trita Parsi, who's our resident expert on the issue. But thank you, bro. We appreciate you.
You guys probably got a hell of a list for that KK and friends.
It's never ending.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, though.
Pentaxantine, geez, thanks again, man, for the $50. Very, very kind of you.
Thank you, bro.
I'd climb that building with a smile before I'd brave sitting through Melania. Bro, that Melania thing, like, what the fuck?
Seeing people like, I think Trump put out something like trying to promote it. I was walking in the subway actually in New York City, and they had all these TV screens. I think it was in Grand Central, and it was like 10, 12, 15 TV screens in a row, and they all had like Melania. And I was just like, who would watch this shit?
You know what Crystal said? This I think is spot on. Crystal was like, I would watch a real documentary on Melania.
Yeah.
Like, knowing her actual whole story. Like, I know damn well you probably got trafficked into this country on some Epstein type shit.
Yeah.
Right? And like, you were a fucking mail order bride, and Lord only knows how they abused you and what they fucking did to you. And you got launched into this world of fucking glitz and glamour and glory with Trump and all these fucking billionaire pedophile freaks.
Like I would watch that shit. Got at with Trump. Like, how did she get to the first party to meet Trump? You know, like who invited her to that shit?
I would watch that shit, but no, they did some fucking fluff job bullshit, some like lie fest. You know, like nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see you myth making about yourself. You know,
we need 50 Cent. You need to do a documentary on Melania, like a real shit. So find out who has real footage on her, who has real facts, and produce some shit on that because we'd watch that. They also did. I saw videos of people in Taiwan after this guy climbed the building trying to get just on the first floor. Like they were scaling the building, like just the first level. They couldn't even do that shit. So like it was impressive what that guy did. But you won't find me climbing no fucking buildings.
Some real news. Thanks for the $5. Do reactions to PBD, a circle jerk with zero pushback. Go back on the show. Free flight to warm Florida. Do you think Trump is afraid of dying? Fuck ICE.
I think he is.
Yeah, the PBD stuff, I would do reactions to them. I guess I just don't see that many clips on my Twitter timeline of their stuff. But if I catch a clip of some hilariously stupid shit they say, I will cover it. Mm-hmm. They are a Trump circle jerk, no doubt about it. I would potentially go back on the show if they asked me. By the way, guys, for those of you who like my debates, do yourself a favor. Go watch when I went on PBD and I ended up debating all of them, basically. So it was like me versus like 3 people or some shit.
There's that guy who sits on the left of him or some shit.
Adam, I think his name is.
Yeah.
But like type in PBD, Kyle Kulinski, my thing will come up. Go watch that. And the funny thing is the comments were all like, you guys got cooked by Kyle. Kyle fucking owned your asses. And it was like that from day one, that shit said. So if you like my debate, you can go check that out. Because that was like a low-key sleeper debate that I did that people didn't realize at the time. But so I would potentially go back on there. And do I think Trump is afraid of dying? Absolutely. Which is why I think he keeps saying shit like I'm trying to get into heaven. He's like, I'm trying to get into heaven. That's why I'm solving all these wars. So I do think he's afraid of dying.
Facts.
AJ Gonzalez, thanks for the $10. First time I've been able to catch a KNC live in a while. Much love, bros. Question for both of y'all. Favorite chips flavor of all time, or at least a top 3 if you can't pick one. I think I can pick one. I would say cheddar and sour cream is probably my number one.
You love cheddar and sour cream, yeah.
I love cheddar and sour cream. It's my fucking favorite for sure.
That's up there for me too, but I think if I had one flavor all time, it would be honey barbecue. I just think
you love honey barbecue. That's always been your shit.
That golden bag. Wendy's has like a honey barbecue sauce. I like honey barbecue wings. I think that flavor taste for me just does it. And I don't know if not Wise, but I think it was Lay's came out with the honey barbecue chips. Like, I feel like they came out with it, I don't know, 10 plus years ago. And when they came out with that yellow bag with like the beehive looking shit on it, to me was goated. But you vote the honey bar, like the cheddar
sour cream. Yeah.
cheddar sour cream.
For me, that's always been number one.
It's a combo that you wouldn't think would be like goated, but
to me it
took it to the next level.
When I was a kid, I would have said sour cream and onion was probably my favorite. But then
Yep.
when I had cheddar sour cream, that just blew my mind. Where I was like, "This is the one. This is the
You
one."
like
right
the rigid one?
Ridged ones, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
same.
I
I
fuck
like
with
those
ridges
too.
hard. I'm a big
Me.
ridge fan.
Yeah. Me too. Yep. Look at his icon too. Shout out
Yeah,
to
that's
him.
the old school shit. Shout out to you, bro.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
Yep.
Paul Jensen, thanks for the $5. West Coast, best coast. Right now, I agree with you. No harsh winters, no worries of icy rain, and in and out. Yes, it's real expensive to live here, but it's so worth it. The only thing you guys have to worry about that we don't, or at least haven't yet so far, but who knows with climate change, is those wildfires, bro.
Yeah, those
Those wildfires are nothing to fuck with. That shit is scary as fuck. I remember one time me and Corin went to LA, and you could smell the smoke in the fucking air.
Yeah.
We were like driving on the highway and we looked to the right and it's like, yep, that shit's on fire. Like some shit was just on fire. And you're like, how is some shit just on fire here? That's so crazy.
And also, I was in San Diego once with Molly, and like the hotel had big poster board signs, like it was a science project or some shit. And it basically was like, don't use the shower for more than 2 minutes or some shit. And I was like, bitch, I'm on vacation. I'm going to shower for 15 minutes if I want to. Don't tell me to like not use water. So like there was like a water restriction at the hotel because of that shit, because it was like dry and like, people's grass are like yellow in front of their house because they can't water the grass. So it's like, yeah, that wildfire, like dry shit is a real thing out there.
Yeah, that's crazy. But right now I'm feeling the West Coast because, I'm sure LA is like a beautiful 65 degrees and sunny. And we're over here just fucking freezing to death for the next week,
And I can go for an In-N-Out burger too. Paul Jensen's a real one. If you're the same Paul Jensen, I think he was in New Orleans for a little bit too. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you.
Psycho Cheese. I like that name. Thanks for the $5. Michael Parenti just passed away this weekend. Kyle, have you listened to any of Parenti's lectures or read any of his books like Black Shirts and Reds? No, I've seen some of his like clips. And yeah, I know he was like very, very big on the left. And
older guy?
What's that?
Older guy?
Yeah, he was 92 when he passed away. A lot of guys love him. I was more of a Chomsky guy myself, but a lot of people on the left love that guy. But yeah, it's kind of crazy that he just passed away. Made it 92 is like he did good though. He did good. Yeah, that's a good ass run. But yeah, R.I.P. Parenti. Metalhead Matt, thanks for the $5. Sorry, but Tallarico is better overall and more electable in a red state like Texas. I'm with Vosh here. In Emmy Mills is a corporate shill. 100% Plattner 2026. Okay. All right. Well, thank you, bro.
Thanks, Metalhead Matt.
Dope Intellect. Thanks for the $5. Still not used to your hair after all these years. What made you start Justice Dems with Jank? JD ain't been the same since y'all both left. You a legend. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's very nice of you to say. That's funny that you still wait. I gotta pick that shit apart. It's funny you can't get used to my hair. It's been like this for a while now. I don't even think I would like the way I look with brown hair now. I'd be like, who the fuck is that?
I would even be like, yo, like that, like what? I know you now for this shit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What made us start Justice Democrats? It was after Hillary Clinton lost. We were like, we got to do something. This is crazy. These Democrats like are losing to the most psychotic idiots in the country. And so we started the idea of like, originally it was supposed to be called the Left Tea Party. So it was going to literally be a left-wing version of the Tea Party. And as I always said, we just missed our window because our real window is now. Like right now is when the actual left-wing Tea Party is happening. So we were just a little early on it, but yeah, we did our thing. We tried our best and we got some victories. We got some great like AOC. We got like a bunch of good people in there. And yeah, I agree. Justice Democrats hasn't been the same since we left, but they're still doing great work. So definitely support them. They're still doing super important work. And I'm still on Team JD. So Path of Then, thanks for the $5. Lot of donos today. First one is a fun one. Greg Abbott looks like a dumb George Bush. Yeah, but George Bush also looks like a dumb George Bush. So appreciate you though, bro.
I saw it was like a special on, is there a guy in Philadelphia or Pennsylvania that's running or potentially running for president or something like that?
Oh, you're talking about Josh Shapiro?
Yeah, that was it. Is he good?
No, I'm not a fan of him.
It seemed like a bozo, and he was getting a special on, I think it was Sunday morning, which I watched, and I was like, he just seems like a regular run-of-the-mill Democrat.
He Kamala under the bus in like a really gross way. He insinuated that she was anti-Semitic, and it's like, why the fuck are you doing that? Yeah, because he was asked if he was an agent for Israel. But the reason he was asked that is because he volunteered for the IDF when he was in high school. And he spun it as if Kamala was being anti-Semitic. It's like, don't fucking, fuck you. Don't do that shit.
Yeah.
George Wade. George, thanks for the $5, man. Look up Felipe Petit. He did an unauthorized high wire walk between the World Trade Center towers when I was in high school in like 1974. That might be the exact person I was thinking of, bro. I think I watched a documentary either on this guy or somebody like him.
I think there was a documentary on this dude.
Yeah, I think this is what I watched, and that shit, my
this shit is OD. Look at those
pictures. Bro, my heart was in my throat watching this shit.
This is scary.
My heart was in my throat. And there's been a number of people that have done this shit that died. And so the fact that like, think about it. If there's a fucking wind gust,
yeah,
you're in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is so crazy.
I don't know how that little stick thing can get you to balance yourself, because like, whatever the fuck that thing is, it's not saving you if you lose your balance a little bit.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, go check out I don't know if is the documentary on this guy the one I saw.
I think it was, because I remember seeing that shit too. Or
guys, go watch this shit. Go look up Felipe Petit. Go watch this documentary, because it had me like, holy shit. I think I watched it like late at night one night when it came out back in the day, and I was just like, my heart was in my throat. I was just like, my palms were sweating. I'm sitting there watching it, you know?
I don't even know how, like, so they said for this guy who climbed the Taiwan Towers, like, he visualized going through every single moment. How do you visualize, or how do you put yourself in a situation of like mentally preparing to walk between the World Trade Centers? You know, like, I just, like, there's nothing I can do to, like, you know, be that deep in, you know, the zone, or just thinking to, like, you know, get there. But
it's just, I mean, you got it. Your life has to be about that shit. In order to do that, your life has to be about it. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
There's some people who look at, like, when I debated in public, they'd be like, yo, how the fuck did you put yourself in the mindset to do it? It's like, I don't know. That's shit I do.
That's true too.
That dude is like, that's what I do. I walk high wire ropes between skyscrapers, you know?
Wow.
But to us, that's like, that's insane, bro. You know?
That first step, I would be donezo. Like, I'd take a step and just fall. Like, they'd be like, here we are for Netflix, and everybody's watching around the world. I'd be like, doop.
Bro, I can't get close to the edge of a building.
Yeah, same.
If we're above like the 13th floor and you tell me to go look out the window, I will not walk all the way up to the window just because I'm like, that shit is so far down, dog. I've been in like the 70th floor, and I'm like, I don't want to be up here. This is fucking crazy. I'm not supposed to be up here, you know?
No, yeah. I like, literally, that'd be hilarious.
Jorgensen, thanks for the $5. Did you see the latest podcast cringe video? The Rogan Sphere spends more time crying than they do comedy specials. Let me see. I don't know. Let me look this up, because I did watch a video earlier. I don't think it was podcast cringe, but there's been some banger ass videos on the Rogan Sphere coming out lately. Let me see if I've seen this one. Podcast cringe. The internet hates Bert Kreischer. That one.
They had Bert Kreischer do the opening monologue for the AFC Championship on CBS, and I was just like, he's not funny. He's not good at this.
Bro, apparently he almost died. He was just diagnosed with blood clots
recently.
Yeah, like he got blood clots, and so he like stopped drinking, and he started taking the weight loss shit, Mounjaro, the same as Ozempic.
Yeah,
and so he's like lost a bunch of weight now, but like they told him, like, bro, you could fucking die if you don't get your fucking life together. And so I think he cleaned it up a little bit, but no, there's been a lot of videos. You know, the videos I've seen a lot on the Rogan Sphere lately is they're fighting over which scene is better, the Austin comedy scene or the New York comedy scene, and they keep sniping at each other over it. And the comedy world is now fighting with each other. And it's all because, like, now Rogan and his sphere is not looked at as cool anymore. So the other comics are like, they still want to have the access that being friendly with Rogan gets them, but they also don't want to have the scarlet letter in the public's imagination of like being associated with Rogan, because that's uncool now. And so now they're like, they don't know what to do, because like they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like the comedy scene as a whole is in a weird spot.
Yeah, it is, because all those idiots decided it was more important to offend people than to actually be funny, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Faded Francis, thanks for the $5. Had the chance to talk directly to my representative, Gwen Moore, yesterday at a protest in Milwaukee. My God, they are asleep at the wheel. Wake up or step down. Well, that is exactly right. I'm so worried about the Democrats who, like, don't really know much or care much about where the base is at. Like, bro,
They're just not
evolve or
satisfied.
die. Evolve or die. Awesomely Curious, thanks for the $5. Hiya, I know my policy views are intense, but like Kyle says, if you aim for the stars, you might hit the moon. Much love from Chicago. All right, well, thank you. Awesomely Curious. Appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in again this week.
Yeah, thanks, Awesomely Curious.
Jonathan Gasana, thanks for the $5. Any 2012 Hurricane Sandy memories? I know Kyle was scared as fuck and Corin was shook. LOL. Well, I lost power for like a week and a half. And I remember specifically that, and I still did my show, by the way. At the time, we were doing it on Blog Talk Radio. Mm-hmm. So my phone still worked, and Blog Talk Radio literally could just call up and do your show.
Wow.
And so I would do my show. I did my show on the normal ass schedule all the time throughout the week and a half that we had no power. And so I was still busy doing my shit. But after a week and a half, I remember when the power finally kicked back on, I swear to you, Corin, I watched every single TV channel just to soak in how amazing it was. I was watching fishing. I was watching the Home Shopping Network. I was watching every channel just to feel how amazing it was that there's all this shit playing on TV that I could watch, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's how I was when like Verizon went down. I went on every single browser like on my phone that I could. I was like FaceTiming like Molly, just because like you take for granted all the shit that you could do when it goes down. I don't even really remember Sandy Hook to be honest. I remember I think I was working at
Hurricane Sandy, not Sandy Hook. Sandy Hook was the killing of the kids at the school.
Yeah, shit. I don't know. That was a fucking weird slip. Hurricane Sandy, I was working at the ice cream store, and I remember that like the ice cream was gonna melt. So my boss was like worried about that shit. So we had to put it all in the back freezer and just close the door and not open it. That's literally like the only memory I have from Hurricane Sandy.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting.
I think I was scared a little bit because I remember seeing the cover of the newspaper and like the whole New York skyline was just dark. And that to me was like, damn, this is fucking some scary shit.
Yeah. Yep. R. Shuey, thanks for the $10. Thoughts on Versace Eros? If you don't have it, definitely give it a try. I do have it, and I think it's a pretty solid fragrance. I know that like some people say like, oh, it's like a douchey clubbing fragrance. But I don't get that out of it. It doesn't smell douchey or clubby to me. It smells like almost like all around, like you could use it anytime you want. It's very like, it's like minty fresh off the top. I don't know. I feel like it's a very nice fragrance and it's very inoffensive. I feel like a lot of people like that. And I think women generally really like that fragrance too. So Versace Eros, guys, check that out. The Eau de Toilette is the one I have and I like it. Path of Den, thanks for the $5. Some Dems voters are calling for Schumer to be investigated for colluding with these fascists. If we get a true FDR, 2028 will be very interesting. I agree. And I did not know that some Democratic voters were calling for that, but I love where Democratic voters' minds are at, that they now want to investigate Schumer for being so complicit. I think that's so true.
Did he like change his stance on something? I saw AOC like was like, we did it. Did we?
They said they're not going to agree to fund the Department of Homeland Security until changes are made when it comes to ICE. That's basically what they said. But I think they're going to end up caving on a lot of the important stuff, and they're going to get like basically bullshit changes is what I think is going to happen. Because really, like, you got to defund it to really make a difference, and I don't think he's willing to defund it. So, Wes Nelson, thanks for the $5. Don't think I'm crazy, but one of my bucket list items is to go to an outdoor NFL playoff game in sub-zero temps. The atmospheres always seem so lit. I think that's supposed to say.
Yeah.
Crystal was watching football the other day, actually, and it was snowing. I think it was in Denver. I think they were playing in Denver.
Yep, and, Denver and the Patriots game.
I did have a moment looking at it like, damn, that's kind of cool. But then on the other hand, like if I was a player, I'd be like, fuck this. I'm not want to run around in fucking snow. Are you crazy?
Well, see, I would say the opposite. I would say as a player, it's probably cool as fuck. Like, because like,
bro, you're fucking freezing your balls off.
Yeah, but like they have
and you
like
could slip on the snow and shit. Like that's dangerous.
They could definitely bust their ass. But I feel like the players have like these. They bring in like big ass heater shits behind them. They have hand warmers and stuff like that. Like for them, they're probably warm. They're probably like doing fine. But the fans, I've been to some cold ass games, and I went to one game. It was the Jets Steelers, and it was a blizzard. Let me see if I can find it. and it was cold as hell. This game right here. Look how snowy this shit was. Here's just a picture. And whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about people that want to do shit that's uncomfortable.
Like the people who take their shirts off at like the snow games,
God,
and it's like negative 13 degrees. Like you're bugging. Like it's not enjoyable. I was in the snow today. My feet got cold. It felt like those shits were frostbite. Like I don't think. I mean, if you want to do it, go do it. But maybe it's fun. But if your team's losing and it's like it starts getting like it's too cold. It's too cold.
There's a certain kind of person that's comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm comfortable with being comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like
exactly.
I just don't want to do anything that's that uncomfortable. You know? Like I'd be tripping if I was a player. I'd be like, you got to cancel this shit. You guys are crazy. I played golf when it's like 53 degrees and raining, and it's like this is the most uncomfortable I've ever fucking been in my life. This is insane.
I'm the same as you. They had a picture of the first quarter versus the fourth quarter of the Broncos game, and the first quarter, like they showed a progression of like the first quarter all the way to the fourth quarter, and it started off as like a nice ass game. The field was clear, and then like the third quarter started getting a little misty, and the fourth quarter it was snowy as fuck. Like it's just crazy how like the
whiteout type shit. Yeah,
like whiteout. Yeah.
Cole Kiker. I feel like Kiker sounds horrible. You know what I'm saying? Cole Kicker, thanks for the $10, man. There was a time I wouldn't vote for a candidate that doesn't endorse universal health care, Medicare for all. I made my first exception in the 2024 election. Do you think we can ever get back to that mindset? I mean, it's a great question, right? And I feel like the most rigid purity testing we should do is for the primary. Like we should always be voting for the most left-wing candidates in the primaries. And I just think we happen to live in a moment where a lot of the further left-wing candidates will be the ones in the general and will be the ones to win. But my mindset for a general election now is like literally anything and everything to defeat these fucking Nazi fascists that we're dealing with here. So like the answer is you can still have like your standards. Like it's good to have standards. It's good to have rules that you abide by. And we should, in the primary, make sure we get like the furthest left candidate we can. But in a general election, given the degree of just insane, psychopathic, sadistic fascists we're dealing with, as I said before, even the worst Democrat in the country is 1,000 times better than the best Republican. Like that's how bad the situation is. So that's the way I'm thinking of it now. Hopefully we can get to a point where we drag the spectrum back to sanity and then we can really shoot for the stars and reach the moon by being rigidly aggressive with our litmus test. But right now, have those tests in the primary, then vote for whichever Democrat we get in the general.
Thanks, Cole. Kicker.
Parham, thanks for the $10. Watched since 2015. Found you when Trump first announced. I was 15, now 25. Thanks for shaping my politics. How shocked were you on Election Day 2024? I hit all 5 grief stages. I can't wait for that day. I also can't wait for that day. And yeah, I mean, I was shocked. I'm still not like totally convinced that we got the right result. I'm still not. I still like have so many lingering questions. And we had Greg Palast on the show, and Greg Palast goes out of his way to say, look, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't buy any of the theories that Elon Musk was fucking with the Starlink satellites and, you know, changing the vote count in real time. Because some people think that. Here you have Greg Palast going, that's not true. But then Greg Palast also says Kamala won the election and the Republicans were able to steal it by doing classic ballot spoiling and ballot purging and using literal Jim Crow laws that are still on the books to like cancel certain votes. And so, I mean, look, he's a serious and respected journalist, and he was convincing to me when he said that. So I'm still not even like sure that the result we got is the correct one. Yeah. But yes, I felt like this is crazy. How the fuck are we going to go through this shit again? It's going to be even worse this time. And I was exactly fucking right in saying it's going to be worse this time. It definitely is.
The first time I went to sleep and I was like, Hillary's going to win this shit. And then I woke up and I was just like, no, I literally thought I was dreaming. I was like, no, there's no way Donald Trump won president, you know? And then like he fucking did.
And then the second time you expected it. You thought Trump was going to win the second time. Yeah. Facts. The Grinch, thanks for the $5. Kyle, I've seen a lot of people get into fragrances lately. Can you describe what it is about the hobby of fragrances that appeals to you? It's a good question. Honestly, I just think I like randomly got recommended one video on fragrances and I watched it. And I was just fascinated that the video I was watching, the dude could describe the scents with as much detail and specificity as he did. He could give the accords and the notes, and he could say, like, it smells like, like there's like a cinnamon bomb with a touch of vanilla and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And I was just amazed because to me, I always just thought of things very simplistically. Like, does it smell good? Does it smell bad? I don't know how to describe what it smells like. And if I can muster up any explanation, it's like a one-word thing. Like, I don't know, it smells like citrusy, I guess, And so that just got me going down a rabbit hole where I watched a lot of fragrance videos. And then I started learning about Fragrantica, where you could type in a fragrance and then go through the notes and you learn them yourself. And I don't know, it just sort of snowballed from there. And so now the thing that's interesting to me is I'm just like, I'm almost interested to find the smells, like the profile I know I like the most, and find the best ones within that profile. And like, now I have a little bit of a collection, so it's kind of cool to, you go to the discounters, you get to like pay a lot less for it, and then you smell it, you do blind buys, you go to the store and fucking. Now Crystal laughs because I'll be like, can we go to Sephora? Can we go to Ulta? And she's like, you do know in a relationship it usually works the other way, right? That it's like the woman asking the man. And I'm like, yeah, but I love fragrances. It is what it is. So anyway, me and her.
This is long you don't say like, can we go to Victoria's Secret or some shit like that.
Although if I were saying let's go to Victoria's Secret, it wouldn't be for me to wear some shit.
Yeah.
It'd be for her to wear some shit. Yeah. But like I get excited to go there because they have all the fragrances. You can spend all day fucking smelling that shit. And like I've gone to Ulta or Sephora and just smelled every fucking fragrance. And like sometimes it's kind of hard for your brain to like get them all because your nose kind of craps out after the first like 6 or 7 fragrances. 6, 7. But yeah, like I don't know. It just sort of snowballed from one YouTube video, and now here I am. I got the fragrance bug.
I'm surprised, and maybe it will. Do you think you'll ever get into like wines? Because I think that's the same type of shit where like you smell and the scents and the
problem is I don't drink. I'm not a drinker.
Facts.
I went from drinking to like drinking but rarely to like now I never fucking drink. I can't even tell you the last time.
We just had Corona. Like.
Yeah, I mean, maybe me and Crystal had a drink one time within the last year, and it was like 3 sips of wine or some shit. So like, I can't see myself getting into that.
Same.
Sneakers. Yeah. I could see sneakers before that.
Yeah. Hopefully get into sneakers because then you could bounce some ideas off of me or send me some shit. And we can get similar pairs.
What's going to happen is you're going to get deeper into fragrances though, because
I will. Yeah.
Because as soon as you buy one of the shits that I told you about and you smell it, you'll be like, oh shit, what else you got for me? Like, tell me what else smells good. Because like I blessed you. I blessed you with some of those shits. Jess Seeger, thanks for the $5. Hi, Kyle. Newsom and Harris will not get my support in 2028 Democratic primary. I'm tired of establishment Dems. It has to be AOC, Jon Stewart, or Ro Khanna. I hear you, man. There's no fucking way I'm voting for any standard-ass Democrat in the Democratic primary this time. Like, no, you need to be the most angry, the most left-wing, the most vicious, the most partisan. You need to be committed to prosecuting these motherfuckers. Like, yeah, you need to be fucking ready to throw downski for me to vote for you in the primary, for sure.
There's like some account on Twitter, like Jon Stewart for president 2028 or something. They reposted a video of you. Like, it was a plea for you to run for president. It was cool to see.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I saw that shit too.
Yeah,
I saw that. Path of Then, thanks for the $5. Kyle, I know you don't watch anime, but you might enjoy One Piece. Begins goofy but has serious themes. If only you were cough cough stuck snowed in.
He did his show today, man.
I'm still working, bro, but I appreciate you. Thanks, bro.
Although I did hear, I've got a good like friend, a father friend here who said he watches anime too. So
anime, not enemy.
Whatever the fuck. I'm thinking Animaniacs.
Jacob Miller, thanks for the $20, bro. Well, we can't have a boring week. Can go 1 week without a constitutional crisis. DHS got to go. How was the weather treating you guys? Yeah, no, nothing's good. DHS sucks. ICE sucks. I'd rather have a boring week. And yeah, the weather is also beating us down like nobody's business. When are you guys going back to school? I wonder when the schools are back in session for you guys.
Yeah, our girls go back tomorrow, but they have a half day or 2-hour delay. So we had no school today. 2-hour delay tomorrow.
See, that's classic difference between Virginia and New York. Like I think our kids are going to be off all week.
Oh, for real?
All fucking week, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of it, like the schools aren't prepared. They got to shovel that whole shit out. Like New York's prepared. Like as soon as the snow started dropping, I saw plow trucks coming through my street. Like they probably had them shits lined up.
Well, they did, like, they were prepared with the plows, but, like, the shit iced over, and I don't think they know what to do with the icing shit. Like, what are you going to do? Walk around with fucking ice picks to, like, do everybody's long-ass driveway? It's just not going to work, you know?
Yeah, true. All it takes is one kid to slip or a car to slip, and it's a wrap skis.
Facts.
Yeah, the ice is no joke.
Worgenman, thanks for the $20. Very nice of you. There's this breathing technique from the Bhagavad Gita. It gives you like a good version of the smoking feeling. You just focus mentally on your heart area, and at the same time, you breathe up, bringing air into your head. It sounds like you're describing like a natural way to get us high, which I support. Appreciate you, bro.
That was one thing of the guy who climbed the building. I think he focused on keeping his heart rate at a certain level and not like elevating that shit. And I think that helped.
But what do you do if that shit just starts elevating?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's around. You do the Bahagvi and Gitva. It sounds like a gangster ass dance.
Faded Francis, thanks for the $5. What do y'all do to stay sane nowadays? Protests and volunteering has helped, but how do y'all keep sane? Also, some new song main. Faded Francis, First Aid.
I'll listen to it. Faded pictures in a glass.
What do I do to stay sane? I don't know. Am I sane? That's a good question. I don't know if I technically count as sane.
Fragrances probably keep you separate from politics a little bit. I mean, like, I feel like for you got to separate a little bit from that shit.
Well, that's probably the thing that does actually keep me sane is that I have a lot of hobbies. I've always had a lot of hobbies. I've always been like, I got a lot of things I like at any given time that I'm really interested in. So I still really like golf, care about golf, watch golf. I haven't played a lot of tennis recently, but the Australian Open is on. I've been watching the Australian Open. I always watch we have League Pass for the NBA. I watch NBA games literally every day. I watch NBA games. It could be fucking Charlotte Hornets versus Raptors, who I don't give a fuck about either one of those teams, and I'll watch that shit. You know, like, so fragrances, like you said, you know, there's a bunch of shit on YouTube that I just like watching. So I always have hobbies. I always have things I'm interested in, and that I feel like I could like turn my mind off when I watch that shit and sort of recharge before I get back to the
sports shit. When I met up with you at the soccer game, I feel like that's something that like kind of takes you away from shit, you know?
Yeah, just being a stepdad, something that, you know, but like it's, you know, it's all that stuff. Plus I do the politics stuff. And I guess on some level we do this. It's kind of a similar thing that doctors do or surgeons, how they have to like dissociate and like do their job and not really think of all the hurt and the pain. I feel like we kind of do that with our shows where like I'm covering human misery and death and destruction so much. There's almost a little bit of a dissociation that has to happen where it becomes more academic than like real world. And like, I think that's the only way you do it without losing your fucking mind in a sense, you know? Yeah.
I would say, for me, the same thing. A lot of my kids' activities, like I look forward to this on Monday nights. Just talking to Kyle is a cool thing. That's what keeps me sane.
Andrew, thanks for the $5. Are there any philosophers or historical figures y'all mess with or are inspired by their words? Also, should the Knicks make a trade soon? I'm 50-50. I mean, I would love Giannis, but like,
he just got injured for the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, and like if we'd have to give up more than just Cat, it wouldn't just be straight Cat for Giannis.
I saw one that was like Cat and Deuce. Like the trade was actually all right, but we'd have to throw an OG. And like that one to me was like, I'm torn on putting OG in any trade. You know, we get back Kuzma and Giannis.
Because I feel like we're good enough to, if we were to just take out Cat and put in Giannis, I feel like that's a championship team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they want more than that. And so then it's like, fuck, what are we going to fucking do? And historical figures that I love. I mean, it's the classic, like, I'm a big FDR stan. He was one of the best presidents we ever had. Martin Luther King Jr. You know, it's the classics for me. Those are the ones that I look up. Malcolm X. I'm like a historian on Malcolm X. I read his biography and I know a lot about him. So yeah, and philosophers. I mean, I've always been a big Noam Chomsky fan. I mean, those off the top of my head, those are the answers I would give on that. Appreciate you, bro.
Nothing really for me. I mean, Molly's dad's into like Buddhism and stuff like that, so I listen to a lot of his like kind of words of wisdoms that he tells me from time to time.
Tarun, thanks for the $50. I should not be awake to catch this show live, but I am once again, so I'll chip in before sleeping. Thank you, Kyle. May the MAGA cult disintegrate. Appreciate you, bro. Very kind of you. Very
Thanks,
kind of
man.
you. Go
Keep
get
you
some
sleep
sleep,
now.
man. Thank you. QC, man, thanks for the $5. As a fellow Jets fan, it's so frustrating that the Pats have rebuilt and are back in SB. Meanwhile, Super Bowl. Meanwhile, we haven't been to the playoffs in 15 years.
Very frustrating.
That's crazy, bro. Because don't like half the teams in the NFL make it to the fucking playoffs?
Yeah, it's pretty much what it is. Like, the Super Bowl is a rematch of like a couple years ago. The Seahawks are in there a lot. The Chiefs, the Patriots, like that's really it. Like a lot of the same teams make the fucking Super Bowl. So if you're a player and you're a free agent, you could find a way to the Super Bowl. Just pick the right one of those teams. But the fact that the Patriots rebuilt and are back in there and the Jets still suck is very frustrating.
Path of Then, thanks again for the $5. If ICE has absolute immunity, can they off a governor, a congressman? Who's going to stop them? I have a bad feeling about upcoming State of the Union. I know.
It's not wrong, right?
No, when I heard JD Vance say they have absolute immunity, I lost my mind. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. By that logic, they could rape somebody. They could murder a governor, right? They can murder a Democratic candidate. And hey, it's absolute immunity, right? Absolute means absolute. So, yeah, I don't know, man. We are sort of, this country's in trouble, bro. This country's in trouble is all I have to say.
Yeah.
Jorgensen, thanks again for the $5. Missed the days when everyone, including celebs, didn't post their every thought for the world. Well, I mean, I'd rather have them do post their thoughts about not liking fascism and calling out this murder, though. I would say that. But was there anything in mind in particular you were thinking of, Jorgen?
Well, apparently there was the celebrities were saying that TikTok were banning their videos on ICE.
So, yeah, TikTok, and I'm gonna do a segment on this tomorrow. But that shit is like, it is done. It's over. They fucked up so hard. So
really,
it just happened that they sold it like it used to be a Chinese product.
Mm-hmm.
Now they forced a sale to a pro-Trump billionaire. And so this guy, as soon as he got control, immediate censorship. Anybody criticizing ICE, anybody criticizing Trump, anybody criticizing Israel, anybody talking about Epstein, censor. And so now, like you said, people's videos like fucking imploded. But then they came out and said like, oh no, it was just like a problem with the data center that we had, like a power outage or something. And people are like, really? Okay.
Oh.
They literally made it so you can't type Epstein in DMs. If you type Epstein, it won't let you send it.
That's wild. Yeah, that's not no data center.
No, for sure. For sure. T-Lane, thanks for the $10. I believe Corin said he worked in catering. What other food/beverage experience do you have? Kyle, thank you for saying Peter Thiel's full name now. I was about to crash out during your Dave Rubin segment. Thiel.
Yeah, I help out at catering at a college. I do some events here and there.
I worked in catering too. I worked at this place called Giuliano's, a catering place.
Yeah, the Italian spot. Yep.
There was this catering place. I worked there in high school.
Yep.
I'm trying to think if there was any other food or beverage thing I worked at.
This was the first that I've ever done, but it's easy. You just set up for events, put out like the stern host things to put the food in there, and then you get shitted on by all the guests because they complain about stuff. Usually people are pretty cool.
You know what's crazy? I literally, if I had to sit down and think of all the jobs that I had in my life, I wouldn't even remember all of them. Like, I had forgotten that I worked at Giuliano's completely.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I forgot that too. I didn't know you were over there.
I had forgotten that I worked, like, behind the desk at a realtor's place.
You were at Harmon's?
I was at Harmon's. Obviously, caddying was one shit. At the driving range was another shit. Like, I worked so many jobs that I wouldn't even remember all of them if I had to think of all of them right now on the spot, you know?
Yeah, facts. Yeah, we're hardworking people, but that's what I feel like you need to work. You need to experience shit and meet people and like fucking, do all that shit to be successful. Well, you're successful. I'm not successful.
G Sin Control. Thanks for the $10. Watched video of kids in ICE detention protesting. Feels like dystopian book/movies like Hunger Games prepare us to fight, but many on the right don't recognize oppression/fascism in front of them. Yeah, man, they support it. That's the thing that's been the wake-up call to me is like, I find it relatively easy to like zoom out and look at it from a historical perspective. Like, how will this be viewed in 10 years, 20 years, 100 years, etc. And I feel like Republicans are totally incapable of doing that. They just don't know how to look at this through a historical lens. And also, there's this weird thing that they have where they just think like we're special. So like when we do some fucked up shit, it doesn't count because like we're the good guys and we mean well. So it's always the right thing. And so like they don't understand how their crusade against illegal immigrants. Like, no, you're actually just ruining innocent people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like that's the thing that's crazy to me is like, how can anybody be so stupid to just think of themselves as we're just the good guys no matter what? So everybody shut the fuck up. It's like the bad guys also think they're the good guys. Like that's how that shit works. Nobody's like, I am evil. Yeah. No, they think they're good and they do evil shit. Like no shit, you know?
Ugh.
Into Knitter, thanks for the $5. I give this regime 2 to 4 months tops, either death or he'll get kicked out. The House of Cards is finally tumbling.
Who's taking him out?
I don't know. Maybe the thought is I don't know if the thought is him dying or 25th Amendment. I guess if getting kicked out, he sounds like he would mean 25th Amendment, which means the cabinet would be like he's not mentally fit. We got to get him out of here.
He ain't doing that shit. They're getting too much out of him right now, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it would take to get them to do that, but it seems like there's no way, they would do that. Red Mag, thanks for the $20. Kyle, can you ask a politician this? There's an open secret that members of Congress pay the party monthly to sit on committees, and each is ranked based on how much lobbyist money you can raise. How can this system be fixed? I never heard of that before. If you could send me a source for that, I would definitely take a look at it because that's an interesting theory. But shout out to you. Thank you for the $20.
Thanks, Fred Mag. I'll look out if you have a source.
QC Man, thanks for the $5. Matt Walsh said that Sinners got all the Oscar nominations. It did because it's a black movie. Do you think he actually believes that or rage baiting? With Matt Walsh, I can't tell, bro. I can't tell. He does seem like a rage baiter to me. Either that or he's just the dumbest man on the planet. But yeah, I would say rage bait. Rage bait.
He probably knows that that's going to, get attention.
I didn't build the ark. Thank you for $100. Good googly moogly. That is very, very kind of you. We really appreciate that. Kyle, been listening for 7 years. You saved me from being a right-wing evangelical. Shared your show with my bud Trevin. It's his B-Day, by the way. Happy B-Day, Trevin.
Happy birthday, Trevin.
And we're hardcore lefties now. We run a coffee shop in Dallas called Wayward. So if you're ever in Texas, we'd dope to have you. Well, that is fucking awesome. And I see Corin literally writing down the name right now. Corin is not one to pass up free food or free coffee or whatever.
You said you'll have Kyle, but I might come in his place if he's not there.
Yeah, but I love that, man. First of all, thank you very much for the $100. That is super sweet of you. And I love that. I love hearing stories like that. And yes, if I'm ever in Dallas, Texas, I will make sure to visit y'all, man. Thank you very much.
That's what's up. And you got the Dennis Rodman Dallas Mavericks in your avatar, man. I just read an article that the Chicago Bulls should have retired. Not that they shouldn't have retired Derrick Rose's jersey. That's rightfully deserved. But Dennis Rodman should have his jersey retired by the Chicago Bulls as well.
Yeah, totally.
Scottie Pippen does. Michael Jordan does. Rodman's got 3 rings with them, and he was a part of all those teams too. So Rodman should have his jersey.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's definitely some they didn't like him personally type shit. Yeah, exactly.
100%. Yeah. Thank you though, man. I appreciate it. That's very sweet of you.
Wes Nelson, thanks for the $10. Kyle, you see Dave Smith call you an unserious person because you dye your hair and wear your sunglasses. You would think a comedian would have better comebacks than that. Then again, he is in Rogan's sphere. It's so funny because I saw him say that Piers Morgan's show is like a circus, but it's an important circus. And I wore the sunglasses to look extra douchey. I was playing the role. I put on my rainbow hair and my red nose and I went honk honk. I literally told everybody going into it, I'm going to be the heel. I'm going to play the heel.
And you still freaked it.
Well, that's the thing, right? The way it works in wrestling, and everybody knows this if you ever watched WWE, is like if you're really good at being the heel, there's this weird like horseshoe thing that happens where everybody goes, I kind of like him.
Yep.
Like I like him because he's so good at being the asshole.
Yep.
And so that's what I did. And so it's funny because like he said it's a circus. And like I treated it like a circus, and now all of a sudden I'm wrong for treating it like a circus. So I don't know. It's very funny. And again, it's also funny because he literally argued with Douglas Murray where he was like, stop being a gatekeeper, stop being an elitist. Like anybody can talk in new media and can be treated seriously if they have substance. Well, okay, bitch, that's exactly what I'm doing. And now again, you don't like it. So it's it's almost like he just doesn't like me, which is fine.
Yeah.
But like, say that. Say, I don't like you because of your vibe. Just say that. Spare me all the other bullshit, which is fucking made up, you know?
And to this point, like, he's a comedian. You think you'd have a little bit of funnier ass comment to say than just like, oh, sunglasses and hair. Like,
yeah, and again,
more creative, dog.
So I'm unserious, but I talk politics and I have a political science degree. But
Yeah.
you're serious.
And
You're a comedian and you talk politics.
Yeah, he's a joke.
The Louis Salea, thanks for the $5. Corin, as a Jets fan, how does it feel seeing Sam Darnold make a Super Bowl, knowing the Jets faltered the start of his career? Favorite soda growing up? Orange soda for me on that last one.
It hurts a lot, man. It definitely stings knowing that we drafted him, and then he didn't really get a fair shake in New York. And that's every player that's come to New York that has succeeded and done well. It stings, especially with Darnold. But Darnold was bounced around between a lot of different teams. Never got a fair shake in any of his situations. So it's cool to see him do well. I think my favorite soda growing up was 7-Up had a cherry. It was cherry 7-Up. I feel like for me was super banging as a kid.
Was good.
We used to get that
shit.
shit. Was so good. And then Pepsi One, I came out for a little bit, and that was always intriguing. We had that shit too.
Rashad the Derrico, thanks for the $10. Canvas for 2016 Bernie organizer Oliver Larkin in blue, South Florida's 23rd district. Would you have him on KKF? We need more leftists. P.S. Crystal absolutely cooked on breaking points last week. Well, thank you about that last part. I do not know. I do not know if we would have this person on KKF. Like I said, long list. Got Crystal as well to navigate, but Oliver Larkin. I will look up Oliver Larkin.
Thanks, Rashad.
Yo, boys, Vosh made a video a week ago called Fucking Democrats. Great take on how Dem leadership is for dismantling democracy. Peep it. I think you agree. It's not incompetence. They're waiting and seeing. Yeah. No, he's been going hard in the paint lately. It's funny because me and him have sort of switched positions a little bit. It's kind of funny. He was always hey, man, like, the Democrats are better than the Republicans. Like, you got to accept that and suck it up in the general elections. And then now he sounds more like a lot of the people he used to criticize, where he's like, you know, he's like, this era has broken him in a unique way where he's just like, I can't. If you're not fighting this, like, you're hopeless. You're hopeless. So he feels a little more nihilistic today than I've ever heard him, if I'm being honest.
Good.
Darren, thanks for the $10. Hi, I unfortunately am experiencing heroin-induced erectile dysfunction and brain damage, and my girlfriend doesn't want to be with me anymore because I don't like to shower or brush my teeth very often. Asmongold, is that you?
Oh,
Is Asmongold's real name Darren? I think that's Asmongold.
sounds like some shit Kanye would say. He would say all that stuff and be like, "That's the reason why I was, doing all this Nazi stuff."
In the Nazi song, he also says, "Yes, I am a cuck. I love when people fuck on my bitch."
But does he actually?
Yes, there's a line in that
Oh, my
song where he
gosh.
says, "Yes, I'm a cuck. I like when people fuck on my bitch." That's
Oh,
one of
my
the
God.
lines in that song. You believe that?
No. Well, Darren, take care of yourself, man. That sounds pretty bad what you're going through. And brush your teeth.
Upset pedestrian, thanks for the $5. What's the deal with Iran right now? My dad's saying the left isn't covering it because it doesn't fit our narrative, and I'm unsure what he means. What I think he means is like the left should be covering how Iranian protests are getting mowed down by the tens of thousands. But here's the problem. That's made up. It's not true. They literally are now saying things that are just like laughably absurd, where they say like 330,000 people were injured and tens of thousands were killed in the protest. No, what happened was the U.S. engineered a currency collapse with our fucking sanctions on Iran. And as a result of that, people are taking to the streets because the economy's in fucking shambles. And the U.S. and Israel are trying to use this to make the government collapse to put in a Western puppet. That's what's happening. And your dad is falling for the CIA Mossad line of like, the left should be talking about this to like usher in freedom and democracy in Iran. We don't even have freedom and democracy here. Okay. We got federal thugs shooting people in the face. So why am I going to fucking cheer on regime change there? Well, if anything, we need regime change here. So there's that.
All right, we'll go a little faster because we're halfway.
Thanks for the $10. After hearing the news that James DeLorean Kashad Vance is having a fourth child, how long do you think Usha had to hide in their couch before JD impregnated her? Their kid is actually going to be a couch. Have you seen that meme? Like, or she's wearing like the couch thing, and that's why JD had sex with her that night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam King, thanks for the $5. 25-26 Knicks with Mayor Adams, 69.7% win rate, plus NBA Cup with Mayor Mamdani, 33.3% win rate. so far, Kyle. Do we need to reconsider democratic socialism? Well, if it would mean the Knicks get a chip,
chance. Oof.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Facts. Hope it happens.
What's it to you? Thanks for the $5. If and when Trump dies before his midterm ends, do you think Caroline Leavitt remains in her post as press secretary, fired or pushed out? Tell all book. I think eventually all these people turn on each other, and when Trump is dead, you're going to hear a lot of fucking people point a lot of fingers in a lot of directions. So all of that is on the table, and I do think Caroline Leavitt will eventually turn and will be gonzo.
Yeah, she's a punk.
$2 garage. Thanks for the $5. That's a man thing. Fuck manual. Give me hammer.
Sure.
Thanks for the $5, bro. G-Sin Control. Thanks for the $5. Bavino in retirement and all others. ICE/DHS goons and new administration. No badge, no weapon, no peace for them. Let's see how tough they really are. All right, shout out to you, bro.
That's facts.
Christian, thanks for the $5. If you were resurrected as a worm after you died, would you want your money back or would you embrace wormhood? Well, if you're a worm, you don't give a fuck about money, so.
Yeah, and you don't have an option. Embrace that shit, man. I'd be a worm. Fuck it.
If you're a worm, you can't even think.
Yeah.
Near the Far World, thanks for the $5. It's called Practice, Kyle. Do you think Corin got good knowing what snakes taste like with just one lick? No, that fool out there flipping rocks with his tongue.
Bro, what?
I don't know, but it's funny, so we'll go with it. Thank you for the $5.
How did I even think of this shit near the Far World? Ugh.
Just Zajac, thanks for the $5. A kid once told me I look like Captain America. I was touched. Years later, I realized he meant scrawny Captain America before he was microwaved. Well, that's devastating. We appreciate the donation.
On a streak right now.
Yeah, they're on one. Southeast Coys, thanks for the $5. Did you see the slow-mo of the agent that took Preddy's gun? Looks like he accidentally discharged it and spooked his trigger-happy agents. Oh, that's an interesting theory. I could see that.
He shot
but they literally, the very first shot was literally in his back. So, like, that's murder through and through, you know?
Yeah, horrible. The video was horrible.
Official Varanin, thanks for the $5. Kyle, Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit said you are a weirdo with an earring and that no man wants to be you. How will you respond to this? Bro, you're a Nazi and you're 40 and you're single and I have the hottest wife in the fucking world, okay? Suck my nuts from the back, you bitch. How about that?
Like drop.
Jagger 3,600. Thanks for the $5. Can I oppose the California wealth tax and not be a billionaire simp? Can I oppose the California wealth tax and not be a billionaire simp? No. Throwing money at the problem doesn't work in California. See the homeless industrial complex. Okay, but you need to understand extreme wealth is bad in and of itself. Like it's just that threatens democracies. It threatens everybody's rights. So no, even if you took the money and burned it, took it from billionaires and burned it, that would be better than letting them have it. So no, you cannot oppose that billionaire tax. That is psychotic. That is anti-left to oppose that. If you oppose that, you're not really on the left. You're not even really a liberal at that point. So yeah, no, you can't oppose that tax. Not a chance. George Wade, thanks again, bro, for the $5. The black delegation is over these ninjas. Nikki, Byron, Stephen A., and all the rest. Black card revoked and zero barbecue privileges. None. I have a feeling that's a common opinion, too, that is a very widely held opinion. So,
bro, Stephen A.'s on a historically bad run right now.
I know, it's so bad. Like he's just.
I feel like I've seen so many clips of him just like majorly, royally fucking up with shit that he said.
Hey, remember, did you see he was yelling at Gavin Newsom because Gavin Newsom criticized Trump while at the World Economic Forum on foreign soil, and he made it seem like you're not allowed to do that when you're on foreign soil. You're only allowed to criticize the president here in America. It's like, what is this bullshit you're talking about? That's so stupid.
I saw
he's just trying. He's snuggling up to MAGA. He just keeps snuggling up to MAGA. You know.
He had one where he was on First Take and he was talking about like we're going to give credits to our brothers, and we're talking about the defensive coordinator for the Patriots, and then later they're like he hasn't coached one game this season because he's had cancer and he's been out the whole season. And then he tried to backtrack and say, like, if you guys watch, you'd know I spoke about him. And like he was just like digging himself in a deeper hole. It's just he's been bad lately, man.
It's like when on Inside the NBA, they were like, rest in peace to the great.
Oh, that was the worst.
Whoever it was. They had to be like
Jack was like, hey, Charles, he's dead. He's dead, man. And then the next day they were like, He's not
He's
dead.
not dead.
Man. Oh, but it's like Stephen A's just trying too hard right now, man. And I feel like he is trying to capture the moment of like taking like, and he's just fucking up.
Did you see when he said that LeBron didn't go to Kobe's funeral when he was trying to get LeBron, and LeBron was at Kobe's funeral? Like, bro, how do you swing and miss so hard? God damn, you know?
Which one? Who's Byron? Do we know who's Byron?
I don't know, but hold on.
Byron might be the guy who does Comics Unleashed. Hopefully not, because that guy is always on at 2 a.m.
Oh, it's probably Byron Donalds. The congressman who's running for Florida governor, black congressman who's running for Florida governor as a Republican.
Is he fucking up too?
I mean, he's a fucking black Republican. That, like, by definition, you're fucking up. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah, no barbecue privileges. Thanks, George.
Handle 39. Thanks for the $5. Kyle, how can a local lefty candidate in a red state get in touch with you for advice? Asking for a friend. I mean, you could always reach out to Lilith, but I'm not. Your best chance of ever getting anything from me is this.
Yeah, facts.
Like, this is the only place I actually do like town hall type shit.
Yeah.
Sonia Merton, thanks for the $5. Kyle, how do you and Crystal stay sane when your job is to stay on top of the news in these most insane times we're living in? Love from Minneapolis. Well, love to you too. Stay safe out there. Much love to everybody in Minneapolis. I know what you're going through right now, and the country's with you. We are not with the federal thugs who are committing crimes there. Like I said, I just have a lot of hobbies, and I spend plenty of time focusing on those hobbies and purifying my mind is what I'd say.
Yeah, facts.
Inconspicuous typos. Thanks for the $10. I want to see Congress grill TikTok executives over the new regulations and shadow banning of left-leaning accounts. Dean Withers' newest video got 10 views, and various other left-leaning accounts the same. A lot of videos got fucking 0 views. And I'm talking CNN shit got 0 views. They're fucking shadow banned too. Everybody's left of center is shadow banned right now. It's crazy. And they're saying it's a glitch. It's not a fucking glitch. They were heavy-handed with their censorship, and they overreached is what happened.
And if it's a glitch, then like repost their videos and make them shits like get the views that they're supposed to get. Like,
yeah, what happened is they weren't artful with their censorship, and they realized that they have to be now. You can't just cut everything off like that aggressively. You need to like reduce the spread of those videos 20%, right? Start there and then inch it up over time. But no, they're not doing that because they're fucking idiots, and they just gave the game away, you know?
Tafoya is running for Senate. So I think that's what we said originally, and then yeah, but she's MAGA in Minnesota, so it's like in Minneapolis. So you ain't winning that shit.
Mugo, thanks for the $20. I really like my job, and it's one of the best I've had. We are a licensed dealer and have recently taken on a contract for ice from our licensed provider. I want to blow the whistle somehow, but keep my job. Any advice? Well, do you have any juicy things you can share, or information you can get that you can then use against them and give to the media? For sure, bro. All you got to do is send it to Ken Klippenstein's Signal or send it to Ryan Grimm over at Dropsite News, and like that shit'll run for sure. So if you want to stay in the inside on some op type shit, be our guest, bro. In fact, that's something I called for on the show a while ago. Is like I do want good people infiltrating all these like horrible organizations to like get dirt on them. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
definitely do that.
Ken is always looking for that type of info.
Oh, hell yeah, without a doubt. Dutch and Dank Sketches, thanks for the $10. Kyle, have you heard of Professor Jang Zwiquin on TikTok and YouTube? Would like to see if you think his analysis of geopolitics via game strategy is on point. What up, Corin? I've never heard of this guy before. I've never heard of him, but I will take a look. Jang Zwiquin.
Thank you.
KHBD to us. Happy birthday to us, twin. January 31st. Oh, yeah. It is our birthday soon, isn't it? Have been watching you and Corin for a decade. Thank you for my political awakening, and thank you for holding my boy down. Love y'all. Love you too, man. Appreciate it. And yeah, happy birthday. Are you turning the same age as me or different age?
You're turning what? 37?
38.
38. Yeah. Shit, yeah, I'll be there soon too.
That's right. Yeah, you're lucky. It's funny because when we were younger, I liked the fact that I was older than you, but now as we're older, I wish I was younger. I wish I was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, a couple months. Like, we're the same.
True.
I'll probably die before you with all these fucking shit I eat. So age don't matter.
You just got to get on the heart pills and you'll be chilling, man. You can eat whatever the fuck you want. Nick, thanks for the $5, man. What ICE is doing is disgusting, and the Trump administration is doing some fascist-like things, but are the terms concentration camps and Nazi a little hyperbolic? I mean, Nazi, technically, you could say, is hyperbolic. But then again, there are people who I think are like genuinely Nazis in the administration, like Stephen Miller. But no, the concentration camp, that's literal. I mean, that's literally what CCOT is. And there were stories of torture and rape coming out of there. And now we know these things are being built in the U.S. You have this video just came out, these horrible kids screaming from within one of these concentration camps. You have people who are like fucking starving to death and not getting medical treatment. And, you know, if they're given food at all, it's like moldy bread and like you have horrible conditions. So no, it is fair to call them concentration camps. They did alligator fucking Alcatraz. Remember that? They had to shut that shit down because it was so egregious. So no, concentration camp is absolutely legitimate. And with Trump, most of the time I say fascist above Nazi, but there are certain people within that regime that are like proudly Nazi. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like Homeland Security account will post some Groiper fucking 1488 post, some like hidden secret white nationalist Nazi ass meme. And like, yeah, they're doing it on purpose. They're not even hiding it. Many of them actually are Nazis, and people need to wake up to that fact. Jorgensen, thanks for the $5. In relevant news, if you're a billionaire, you're a pedo until proven innocent. They're all in on it together at this point. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. My default assumption if you're a billionaire is that you're into some depraved ass shit. Handle, thanks again for the $5. Amending my previous super, my friend will also take advice from Crystal since she's from a neighbor state. All right, well, shout out to you, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Unreal Alien, thanks for the $5. Y'all see the story of someone biting off part of an ICE goon's finger? I did see that, and that's the thing. It's funny because so there was one of the ICE thugs got their finger, the tip of their finger bitten off, and then I saw Alex Jones try to use that to justify the murder of Alex Preddy. And it had nothing to do with it whatsoever. But he put the picture of that next to a video of him talking about Alex Preddy, and it was self-defense what the cops did. Fucking so dishonest.
Yeah.
Sonia Merton, thanks for the $5. What do you envision happens after the big, beautiful obituary? Worried about a more competent fascist making things worse? No, when Trump is gone, that whole shit folds like a cheap lawn chair.
Yeah, JD Vance, they'll probably take him down. Like everybody's going down.
The party is over for these bros, man.
Fact.
Like there's not a chance. Like it's a wrap on them. Stadia File, thanks for the $5. Kyle, there's a hilarious video from before you and Crystal met of you making fun of her kind of meanly. Does she get shit for that now? No, she doesn't give me shit for that. And you know, the only people that have used that are like my enemies dug that clip up and they thought they had such an own that in like 2014 when I didn't know her and she didn't know me, I covered a video of her getting pranked on MSNBC, and I like sort of played up like, oh, she's so stupid. Look, she fell for it, bro. She fell for it. And people somehow think that this is like I was going to see that and she was going to like want to divorce me or something, or it would cause strife. No, she literally has never mentioned it once. I think we talked about it once, laughing about it, but she never mentions it. So no, but she knows it exists, but she doesn't care.
Made me laugh.
Bo Calf, thanks for the $2. My cheeks have poop in them because I don't wipe. I love you.
Just wanted to share that one.
All right, shout out to you.
Oh,
Diego,
take care of your cheeks, man.
Thanks for the $10. Kyle, did you see that Dave Smith directly dissed you on Twitter? Dude got really heated because someone called out his 2024 vote, so he deflected saying you voted for Kamala as if that wasn't a W. It's so funny. I don't know. He's coping and seething about me. I don't think about him at all.
Yeah, he's going at like he's definitely got you're living rent free in his head. That's what I
see that, and it's funny because like people took that clip of me and you talking last week and posted it on Twitter, and that's what like sparked the whole thing. Yeah. And like somebody asked that question, I responded. I didn't even think I was being that mean.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like I was being like just sort of neutral on that shit. I was like, yeah, he's right. Like 20% of the time, he's not a total psychopath like the other Republicans. Yada yada.
Facts.
But like, yeah, like on economic issues, he's fucking crazy. Like this is the libertarians, and they always run back to Trump and suck him off, and that's embarrassing, right? And like somehow, you know why? It's because it's so accurate that he's like hurt over it because it's devastatingly accurate. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Tony, thanks for the $20. If we are labeled as domestic terrorists, will our votes count? ICE is collecting data, and Trump called us protesters domestic terrorists. I mean, look, they're trying to come up with all sorts of ways. That's why they want the state voter rolls, because they want to purge the ballots, right? And so, like, that's why the states are trying to reject giving them the voter rolls. But look, it all comes down to we got to make it too big to rig. The more people that come out and vote, the better off we are. But they're going to try all sorts of fuckery and trickery and deceit, and we just got to beat it with a huge wave of us coming out.
Thanks, Tony.
Benjamin, thanks for the $5. Sorry for beating a dead horse, but I wish someone asked Italian Rachel Maddow what older version of international law he wanted. Italian Rachel Maddow, that's funny. Talking about Michael Knowles.
Oh.
Yeah, like, that's why I said to him, it's might makes right and law of the jungle, because any sort of international law that's from antiquity, as he says, that shit is fake. It's fake as fuck. So yeah, you want might makes right and law of the jungle because we happen to be the most powerful. But what about when we're not the most powerful? What then? So yeah, he's a fucking idiot. Zora Sapphire, thanks for the $20. Your unofficial Valenti VODs ambassador here. Chris says you're one of us. Ever heard of OAL, the only Americans left? That's you, bro, and we all love you. Thank you, Corin, for sharing your platform with us. We love you too.
Thank you.
I've not heard of the only Americans left, but it certainly sounds interesting. It's like something I'd be interested in. And yeah, tell Chris, keep up the good work. We're fans of his as well.
Thanks, Zora.
Anthony Grimo, thanks for the $10. Can you do a video about ICE connections to the IDF? Also, have you seen the video on More Perfect Union about MAGA for Mamdani? Did you watch the debate between even Tallarico and Crockett as well? Yes, I've seen pieces of the debate between Tallarico and Crockett. I was actually watching it a little bit before I came on here with Corin. I'm probably going to finish it when we're done here. I did see the MAGA for Mamdani video. I watched a Vosh breakdown of it. I largely agree with Vosh's breakdown of that. We got to treating like, I don't know, there's like this weird approach to Republicans where it's like, oh, they're noble savages that More Perfect Union takes. And like, no, they're just savages at this point. Like, let's stop coddling them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like it shows your incoherence that you went from MAGA to Mamdani. You know what I'm saying? Like, stick with the Mamdani types and never vote for a MAGA type again. And then you're on the good side. But if you go back for the psycho Republicans, you're sort of brain damaged. Winning 7 grams. Thanks for the $5. Do you think they got rid of Bovino and will take ICE out of Minnesota so Dems will cave when it comes to the government shutdown and fund their BS? Well, I mean, look, I think ultimately the Dems are going to cave anyway. The question is, what are they going to get for it? And so I think what they're going to get is stuff like, all right, ICE officers are not allowed to wear masks anymore, but will they actually follow through and not wear them? It's yet to be seen. They're going to get like, okay, there's no more quota, but are they actually going to get that? Or is that just like, there's a lot of shit that Trump can say to them. Yeah, I'll give you this, this, and this, but then he could just lie and go back on it, right? So I think they'll get some token concessions. Will it amount to anything? I don't think so. The real thing they need to ask for is funding cuts. To get back to 2024 funding levels, they need to cut that budget 66%. And like, they're not going to do that. But that's the big ask. It should be to defund ICE. I mean, I would abolish ICE, but at the very least, bring it back to 2024 funding levels of cutting it 66%. And they're not going to ask for that, which I think is like the big issue here is like they're willing to give them over $100 billion, even though it's the fucking Gestapo. That's the problem, you know?
Making our way.
Matthew Gale, thanks for the $10. Hi, Kyle and Corin. Would be good to see more standalone videos specifically laying out progressive issue priorities, sort of like you and FTR has made.
You and FTR.
All right, well, thank you, bro, for the $10. Appreciate your thoughts.
Thank you, Matt.
Andrew Mafault, thanks for the $5. Good evening, Kyle and Corin. Also, Nah the Sopranos, the greatest show ever made. Yeah,
Kyle
it's
does
up
like
there.
Sopranos. Yeah,
it's up there for sure.
You put Game of Thrones above Sopranos?
No, I think overall this person's right. I think Sopranos is better overall.
Yeah.
It's funny. A lot of people shit into Sopranos, but I think actually it was fucking brilliant in retrospect that it led people to still talk about it so many years later.
Yeah.
So I think Sopranos is probably number one overall. But Game of Thrones, the first like 3 or 4 seasons, is up there. It's definitely top 5 shows of all time for sure.
Facts.
Handle, thanks again for the $5. Corin, how did you meet Molly? College.
Yep. Met Molly in college. Saw her at orientation. Met her in college, though, at a party.
RM Punk, thanks for the $5. President Kankles will be in Des Moines, Iowa tomorrow, so going to protest. Rumor is 300 ICE thugs will be in the city tomorrow, too. So wish us luck. Well, we wish you luck.
Jesus,
we wish you luck.
Where are they getting all these fucking ICE people from? Like, there's that many evil people in the world?
I just got $100 billion for it, so they're hiring all sorts of freaks and criminals around the country. That's what it is.
I might have to apply, bro, low key. I could do this shit.
You could be an insider for us, man. Get all the dirt on them.
Thanks.
Cole, thanks again for the $5. Curious, how much do y'all watch John Oliver's show? I'm a fan. I like John Oliver. I think he does a decent job. So I watch his stuff.
Still on break though.
I think he is still on break, but I watch a lot of his stuff. I watch it when it comes out on YouTube. And I've seen like a lot of his stuff. So
a lot better than Mar. I watched Mar's last episode.
Oh my God.
He was gonna fucking like I thought he was gonna talk about the Wanda Sykes shit and Rob Reiner. He didn't touch it. Was mad boring, his fucking show.
Fargonaut, thanks for the $5. I manifested you sleep talking, Kyle, so you're welcome for that, LOL. Let's see if I can manifest you snoring too, LOL. Just kidding. But Kyle, sleep stream peak.
This person loves you sleeping.
I don't know what they're talking about, but it's kind of creepy.
Yeah, Fargonaut, put me to sleep too, bro. Thank you, though.
Snow, thanks for the $5. Sending you the biggest hug, Kyle, and wishing you the happiest birthday. May all your wishes come true. Well, thank you very much.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, this is the last episode before Kyle's birthday, so everybody wish him a
happy
birthday. Yes, your birthday falls on a Saturday.
Oh, okay, that's right. Okay, yeah, I got you. That makes sense. I think you guys should take this show on the road. How about a Euro trip for a week or two? Also, Kyle, do you watch Perun's channel? No, I do not watch Perun's channel. Who's that? I never heard of that person. But it's funny you said Euro trip. If we were to ever do a live show, it would be in Europe because I know I'm not going to get shot in the face if we were in Europe.
That would be gangster. Yeah.
Like if we were ever going to do some live shit, it would be there. It would not be here in this country. So
just give me like 5 minutes before the show to talk about some bullshit.
John Slaughter, thanks for the $20. What do you guys consider a 90s kid? I was born in 1994 and do remember 9/11 vividly. In my opinion, remembering 9/11 makes you a 90s kid. Also, what you guys' memory of 9/11, and did you all ever visit the Twin Towers? I'll let you take that first one, Corin.
Yeah, I was at the Twin Towers a week before 9/11 happened.
Crazy. So crazy.
I was with my stepdad, my mom, my aunt and uncle, and there was like a big mall underneath the World Trade Centers that we were at randomly. And I remember being there. There's a photo of us there, and then a week later that shit happened.
It's so crazy,
nuts. But yeah, I remember being in 7th grade. I think I was in like a home economics class or some shit, and they made an announcement over our middle school that like I feel like I remember they said like a bird, or they made some weird announcement hit the World Trade Center. We were all like, "What the fuck?" And then they brought us to the cafeteria.
So I was in middle school.
Yep.
And I was in Italian class, and they told our teacher, Fiorelli was his name, and he like paused class and said that a plane had hit the World Trade Center. And I remember just being like confused. And in my head, I was thinking it's probably like a small plane and it hit it, and like, okay. And then I think he said again, like, we're gonna dismiss school, and like another plane.
We left school early. Yeah.
So they dismissed it early. I remember my mom came and picked me up, and I remember watching on TV like the coverage.
Yep.
And it's funny because I was so young at the time. How old were we at the time? Let's see. We were born in 88, 98, and 9.
7th grade.
So we were 13.
Yeah.
We were 13 years old. And I remember thinking, like, watching the news coverage that day, and remember thinking, like, oh, our president will, like, defend us and avenge this. When as soon as they realized it was a terror attack and they started saying it, it's like, oh, man, like, yeah, everybody felt like a sense of, like, patriotism, like, oh, we were attacked, you know? Yep. And then come to find out, like, of course, these motherfuckers did the worst shit imaginable and made everything fucking worse and all that stuff.
Fucking horrible.
But to answer your question about what do I consider a 90s kid, I don't know. At this point, we're all so old now that I feel a kinship with anybody who was born up until like 1999. The second, if you're born in 2000 or later, I'm like, seriously? How? Yeah. How's that even a thing? You know what I'm saying? But like
even
now,
94 seems young to me, but I'll give it to you.
No. But see, what I was going to say is back in the day, 94 would sound crazy to me. That if you were born in 94, that would sound crazy to me. True. But now that we're older, everybody up till 99, I'm like, I see it, you know?
Yeah.
But like, 2000 and later, there are people born in like 2007 that are like whole ass semi-adults now, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Am I bugging for thinking that memory? Because I feel like it's true that they made an announcement and it was like a large bird. Like they try to explain it to us in some fucking middle school ass verbiage. But
I don't remember the announcement. I just remember the Italian teacher saying that a plane hit the building. but I didn't know what it meant, and they didn't say it was a terror attack. They didn't like explain it. That they didn't make it sound like I thought it was an accident. They didn't make it sound like they made it sound like it was they didn't make it sound like it was intentional or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you remember in middle school? I think there was like a boy band that came and like sang at our school. I don't know if it was like it wasn't B2K.
I think it was B2K.
It wasn't B2K.
I think it was B2K.
You remember that though, right? It was
Yes,
like a random boy band that came and sang at our middle school.
I think B2K came and sang at our middle school, dog.
I think
like I'm pretty sure that did happen.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure B2K came to our fucking middle school.
I feel like they pulled up in a limo and like sang and like I feel like we were hype, but also looking back at it, I'm like, why the fuck did they come to our middle school so random?
Do you remember the Weeples? The little Weeple things?
Yes. Yeah.
And then you'd have the dude, I don't know his name, but he was the security guard and he would sing Weeple Watch You, Weeple Watch You. Remember that shit?
Yes. What was that?
I don't know. There was like some weird competition they were doing where people would get these little like toy stuffed animals that they called Weeples and you collect them and you get some shit from it. I don't remember the specifics.
Weeple Watch You. Hold on. I gotta hold on. If anybody else knows this shit, why was that a thing, bro? Hold on. This shit's
that's it. Those are the Weeples, bro.
Oh my gosh, Weeple Watch You. I do remember that. Wow, that's a fucking takes it back.
Yeah, man. I'm happy I dug into the old memory bank for that one. I'm glad you remember it.
I do.
See, we got the same. This is why we're so close, because like we had the same fucking like everything's
that
the same.
Watch Your shit was legendary.
Connor, shout out to you, man. Thanks for the $5. That Wahlburger was still so undercooked. Do you guys like to cook at home? And do you have any quick and easy meals that you love? I do not cook. I suck at that. Either.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and I'm fucking useless.
I do like pancakes, pasta. Costco just started selling this, like they sell this Chipotle chicken in a bag. I've been putting that in a pan and doing it. I don't really cook too much shit though, low-key. It's but when I do get motivated to cook something, I can kind of fuck it up and make it nice, but usually it's just microwavable shit or something like that for me. But that Wahlburger burger, I don't know if you saw my video yet, but that shit was red. It wasn't looking good. So yeah, but it tasted all right. I
haven't seen. I'm gonna go watch that shit because people keep talking about.
It's a quick one.
Alex, thank you for the $10. Kyle, do you see Dave Smith's response to your comments from last week? F him. By the way, super chats ain't letting me cuss. Corin, can we turn off this kid setting LOL? Much love from California. Shout out to you, bro. Yes, I already responded to Dave Smith like 4 times, but I've heard that he's not being too nice, and that's a shame.
Yeah, sorry about the kid setting. We got children over here, man.
Homelander, thanks for the $5. How do we deal with the MAGA puppet parties across the Western world? Also, can you please debate that Constantine kissing guy? He pissed me off. That guy's a bitch. That guy's such a bitch. I've always been triggered by the trigonometry guys because they're just so, I don't know, they're just so like try hard and they rode that wave of like the Rogan energy and like they just have the most annoying show of all time. How do we deal with the MAGA puppet part? I don't know. You shame them all out of fucking existence is what you do. Just relentless mockery and shame should be pointed at those people.
Was there more?
No, I don't think so. Shout out to you, Homelander. Appreciate you. C Unknown, thanks for the $5. I can understand people not forgiving Ye, but why not keep that energy for Graham Plattner, who had a Nazi tattoo and worked for Blackwater? He had a skull and crossbones tattoo, which he didn't realize was that, and he got it fucking removed. That's point number 1. Point number 2 is he's now a fucking flaming lefty, and he's been for a decade. So the thing is, I believe him. I believe his leftiness. When you had all the his old Reddit posts leaked, every single one of those shits was flaming hot, super far left shit. So like when he was shit posting, he was sounding like me. So like when I see that, you know what Crystal said to me? She was like, that calmed any fears I had about him. That shit calmed it. Because when he didn't think anybody knew who he was and he was anonymous, he was posting on some like, I'm a communist type shit. He wasn't posting like, I'm a Nazi type shit. So like that assuaged the fears. So that's why I love Plattner like I love him. He's the furthest left candidate, arguably the furthest left candidate running in the country for any fucking thing, right? And he's winning by like, what, 20 points? So naturally you're going to have some annoying ass people who are like, unacceptable. I don't support him. So I don't know. I think you guys are losers if you're not willing to accept his thing. I'm serious. Like I think these people are like, I feel like they're fucking their feds if they don't fucking accept this. Like, this is some Fed type shit to try to divide and conquer and pretend like he's not who he is. Ryan, thanks for the $5. Anyone worried about the midterms where minorities don't want to go out and vote for fear of ICE kidnappings? I mean, certainly that's part of the strategy is they're trying to like scare people into like, staying away. But we can't give into that. We can't give into fear. Then they win. We can't let them win. Nico Corvette, thanks for the $10. Kyle, please have a sit down with Sagar, Emily, and a Jay. None of us smoke weed, so I don't know how that would go. That would, none of us are weed smokers.
Kyle puts them in their place when necessary.
Well, Crystal does. She does the show with them, and she debates them to their face. Nick, thanks for the $5. I don't know how you kept your cool with Knowles. Did I? He's the biggest smug douche. Smells his own farts, man on the planet. Also, would you debate Walsh? Dude is a psycho. I don't know. I guess it depends. It depends on the specifics. Where, when, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, fuck that guy. T-Man, thanks for the $20. Gentlemen, I missed the last 2 weeks. Great to be back. Kyle, what are your thoughts about center-left people fully embracing the Second Amendment and strapping up? Corin, I've been loving the food reviews. Keep them coming. I support it. I think every liberal and every leftist should have firearms now. That's how I feel. And I think we should come up with rules and regulations that would prevent psychotic people from having guns, which by definition would mean a lot of right-wingers would get their guns taken away. Yeah. So I think we should have the guns and they shouldn't have the guns. How about that? That's how I feel about it.
Thanks, T-Man. Welcome back, bro.
Diego, thanks for the $5. Did you see the conservative Democrats that voted for the DHS funding putting out apologies now? LOL. Yeah, and they're the worst. Like Tom Suozzi, that guy Tom Suozzi. He like literally did this whole fawning apology thing. It's because you just voted to give DHS money and then they murdered somebody again. Like, who could have seen this coming? Fucking all of us saw it coming, except you piece of shit. Jerry, thanks for the $5. Kyle, you shouldn't be predicting Newsom is donezo 2 years out, LOL. Do you not remember the 2020 primary when you kept swearing Biden had no chance? Yeah, no, I think that's a fair point. I do think I was definitely being hyperbolic. I definitely think Newsom has a chance. I think you're right about that. Larry, thanks for the $5. Every public criticism of Kristi Noem should include a reference to her murdering her puppy. I agree with that. Puppy killer Kristi Noem. Darren, thanks for the $5. Hi, today I visited the Dilly Beavers Festival in Alabama with my cousins and the Tupperware suburtuge north of South Yankerton. All right. Thank you, Darren.
Enjoy that.
On brand vibes. Thanks for the $5. Come get a long form debate versus Dave Smith. It seems like you and most leftists rarely do adversarial collabs. Well, I mean, I literally just debated on Piers Morgan show the other day and went on Fox News and debated there. And I was just talking about how I went on the PBD show and debated there. And I debated that guy Razorfist as well. So I do adversarial things from time to time. I find it mostly a waste of
Charlie
time.
Kirk too.
What's that?
And Charlie Kirk also back in '88.
Yes, I debated Charlie Kirk as well. That's right. So, and I debated Scotty Nell Hughes is another one. So yeah, I'm not opposed to that. I would be open to having a debate with Dave Smith. If he wants to have a debate, I would be open to having a debate with him. That is perfectly.
Dave Smith, retweet that one too, bro.
Perfectly fine to me, but I would probably like to set up some parameters, like what exactly are we debating? You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Eric, thanks for the $5. Don't you love how liberals and leftists embrace the Second Amendment? Suddenly, MAGA switch up. You can't bring a legal gun to a protest. Yeah, I know. Just like that. Like that, they switch it up. Oscar, thanks for the 250, whatever denomination that is. Quick story, my naturalized American uncle who came back to my country, Nicaragua, to live here on a Social Security check, voted for Trump, and some of his benefits he used to receive got axed. Well, how about that? That is not surprising, unfortunately.
Sorry about that, bro.
Shane's Travels, thanks for the $5. Kyle, my wife got me 1 million lucky for Christmas, and legit, first time I wore it, the waitress said the whole staff was wondering what I was wearing. 1 million lucky. Yes, that's a good one. That's a very good one. The one in like the silver bottle. Yeah, that one's phenomenal. I don't have that in my collection yet, but I'm going to get that one soon because that one's a banger. I've already smelled it and it's great.
1 million lucky.
Regeneration News, thanks for the $5. Shameless self-promo. I'm doing anti-genocide, anti-regime, pro-humanity content. I just quit my ICE supporting boss, and new TikTok is throttling me/us. Set up an Upscrolled account, bro. Everybody's going to Upscrolled. Do an Upscrolled account. Regeneration News. Yeah, it's like a new TikTok kind of that everybody's playing to right now.
Nice.
Yeah. Uncommon Cinema, thanks for the $5. Kyle, your opinion on the Vince Camuto fragrances. Also, Corin, any good websites for throwback NBA hats and shirts? Big fan of 90s. Look, I don't know the Vince Camuto fragrances. I wish I did, so unfortunately I can't give you a take on that.
And I would say go to Mitchell and Ness, man. They got some bangers. Also check Facebook Marketplace. Just type in throwback, whatever team you like. You can find a lot of good stuff there. And then Pac Sun and weirdly Abercrombie and Fitch make some good throwback sports apparel lately. So check those spots. But I would say go to Facebook Marketplace, type in vintage, whatever, or go to eBay too and type in vintage, whatever team you like, and go lowest to highest, and you'll find tons of shit. I'm telling you. Find some steals.
Gage Lab, thanks for the $5. The next time you give Grant Platter a softball interview, ask him how many civilians he's personally killed, 10, 50, or 100. Is Molly watching this?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, you can ban that guy, Molly.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Area 51, thanks for the $5. Should you and other content creators be mobilizing people to protest these Dem senator offices and pushing primaries if they don't defund ICE? I mean, in a sense, yeah. I mean, I've sort of directed people to call their Congress people before. I've literally sat on my show and called Congress people before. But yeah, I mean, Hassan literally just went to the protest in Minneapolis. So I think we all use our platforms in various different ways, but that's certainly one thing that would be useful.
The realest dude in the world.
Pentaxantine, thanks for the $50. Corin, that's very kind, man. That's like $150 just tonight.
Yeah, you're cool.
Corin, how did you and Molly meet?
I'll tell you the longer story, but I mean, I saw Molly at orientation. I went up with my palps. Shout out to my dad, Steve. I saw Molly like across the way at like the cafeteria, and I was like, I got to talk to that girl. I didn't talk to her that day, and then we both ended up going to SUNY Cortland, and I saw her at her sorority party, and I told her that story that I saw her at orientation. She thought I was mad weird and lying, but it worked. And then I invited her out just like on a date or something. I think we got pizza after that night. And the rest is history. She was cool people. She believed that I saw her that day at orientation. We've been together ever since like probably 2011 or some shit. We've been dating some way back.
Snout Eater, thanks for the $10. Kyle, discuss the Sasha Riley male Epstein Trump victim testimony on your show. It's currently blowing up. If true, it is the thing that will take down Trump. Trigger warning graphic. Yeah, I already started looking into that. I haven't listened to the audio yet, but I plan on doing it soon. And I do plan on covering it the same way I covered the other allegations against Trump, the 13-year-old Katie Johnson allegations. AJ, thanks again for the $10, man. Shout out to the president of the NBA PA, Fred Van Vliet, for keeping it real, missing him like hell on the court for my Rockets this year, but glad he took a stand on behalf of the NBA. Oh, so was it him that decided to release that statement?
I think he was a part of a collab post that the NBPA, Fred Van Vliet, and someone else.
And they also reposted the thing that Halliburton posted.
Oh,
that
nice.
It was a murder. So I saw them repost that also. So yeah, they did a good job. They did a good job.
And Vliet's a real one. He's from Illinois. And when I was at Wilson, I spoke to like his people was like one of his boys that we were trying to get him to like wear some gear or something. And I think we DM'd him, and then he wrote back. He was like, just get in touch with this guy. And it was just one of his homies that basically was just like, yeah, he'll do it. He's doing a basketball camp. So if you could send balls for the kids or something like that, like wasn't even worried about money or anything. It was just like, he had his boy that was basically like his one line of defense. To like, sift out any deals for him. So he's a super real one. So it's cool to see that, he took a stand and actually said something on the Minnesota shit.
Handle, thanks for the $10, bro. Congress should impeach Trump. It stops him like a shutdown, and Dems can share your laundry list of crimes he's committed and hammer it into the public. Strike while the iron is hot. I mean, I agree. I agree with that. Maybe one day they'll get their act together. Paul Sucks, thanks for the $5. Kyle, I have an idea. Go to an anti-Trump protest. Don't let defenseless people with no platform be the only ones out there. Prove this isn't for money. I don't know if you noticed, Charlie Kirk just got shot in the face. And so I made very clear at that moment, I really don't plan on going in public. But having said that, I do think everybody that's out there is an absolute hero. And I respect them for going out there. Snow, thanks for the $5. Hey, Kyle, can you recommend a floral feminine perfume that lasts all day? I'd love your expert opinion.
Ooh, for a female.
So I was asked a question about recommending female fragrances on the show the other week. And what I highly recommended was all the Ariana Grande fragrances are phenomenal. And most of the Jimmy Choo fragrances are phenomenal as well. Having said that, I don't know which ones are floral. Oh, I'm tripping. Flower Bomb. There's one called Flower Bomb from Victor and Rolf, the same people that make Spice Bomb, the male one. They make this one called Flower Bomb, I think. And Crystal has it. It's phenomenal. That's a straw. It's exactly what you described. It's a floral feminine perfume that lasts all day, and it's very mass appealing. So I'd go with that one.
Bernie gonna win a run.
Bren, thanks for the $5. I think Bernie will run and win. I wish you were right, but I don't think you're right. He's a little too old for that, and I think he would admit that now. Great content, guys. 2 questions. In your opinion, what are the top 3 food cities in the U.S.? Corin, who is your pick for the Super Bowl?
I think we said our food cities. It's got to be the major ones, right? Like New York, Chicago, LA type of shit.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
I think the Seahawks are going to win. I think their offense is going to be too much for the Patriots. And Drake Mays hasn't looked good on offense right now.
Shout out to you, Oswaldo. Appreciate it. Kyle, did you see the disgusting comments by the Vikings radio play-by-play douche about the protesters? He should get fired ASAP. F him. I did not hear that. I didn't
see that either. Yeah, I wonder where he said it because the Vikings aren't playing right now.
Shit. Now you again. Thanks for the $5. Shout out to Leah Miller and Monty Mader and their fundraising efforts for immigrant protection. Bro, you got to get them on KKF. Snowflakes are made of ice. I'll look into Leah Miller and Monty. AJ Gonzalez, thanks for the $10. I was with Kyle on the cheddar and sour cream my entire life until I went to Ireland and tried cheddar and onion chips. Absolute banger. Sounds like the exact same flavor, but it's not. LOL. I never heard of that, bro, but I'd be interested in trying that. I would definitely be interested. Tony D, thank you for the $5. Tina Desiree Berg of Status Quo News talked to Rokan in Minnesota. You think he's meeting the moment the 28 nom needs to meet? I think he's getting there. I think he's showing a lot of leadership. I think he's ahead of most of the Democrats. I don't think he's all the way where he needs to be yet, but he's closer than almost all the others. So he's making a case for himself for 28 for sure.
All right, I'm going a little
Fargonaut, thanks again for the $10. Kyle and Corin, I'm OG. I was referencing how someone in the chat once dared me to manifest that Kyle would snore and sleep talk since he denied doing so. So sleep talks now, so he'll snore. Hope all is well. I appreciate you, bro.
Thanks, Fargonaut.
Jesus, thanks for the $5. Did you hear that Beat, her staff, Klobuchar, is probably going to run for governor? Jesus, I'm tired of hearing from her at this point. Is Abdul running? Abdul's running for Senate. He's running for Senate right now. So vote for him now. That'd be awesome.
That's Minneapolis too, right?
That is.
Isn't she Minnesota? Klobuchar?
She's Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
But Abdul El Sayed, is he? No, he's Michigan, I think, not Minnesota.
Oh.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Lefty Memes, thanks for the $5. Settle this for me. Domino's or Pizza Hut? Corin has the face of a dude who knows a good pizza, though Kyle has good judgment too. I would go Pizza Hut over Domino's personally.
I would put Pizza Hut over Domino's too.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut was never like easily accessible though. Domino's was easier to like order. Pizza Hut always used to just be like sit down and like feel like their delivery was a little bit more intense than Domino's was.
Benjamin, thank you for the $50. Very kind. Hey, Kyle, did you see that Progressive Victory issued an endorsement of Jon Stewart for president? We accidentally did the first endorsement of the cycle, according to Wikipedia. That's funny. Well, that's amazing. That's pretty cool. I love that now a lot of people are talking about it and trying to get him to run and trying to force him. I like that.
To have seen it, right? Like he's got to know that it's out there.
Doubt he's seen it, but like, yeah, we gotta ramp that bitch up more. Like, I'm trying to get him on the show to grill him to run. You know,
that would be phenomenal.
Alex, thanks for the $5. Yo, gents, big ups to 20-year anniversary of Kobe's 81-point game. Go back and watch the highlights. Goated.
Yeah, and also today, sadly, was I think 6-year anniversary since he passed.
Was it yesterday or today? It was this
today because I remember it was a day before Scotty was born. Tomorrow's Scotty's birthday.
Damn.
Yeah, I was at the hospital when it happened. I remember texting you. I missed Scotty's birth because I was eating a hamburger.
Benjamin, thanks for the $20. Have you watched Andor? Favorite episode? Me and Crystal started watching it. We didn't finish it.
What's Andor?
It's a political TV show.
Oh, okay.
Lou, thanks for the $5. Kyle, I need advice. I'm a union steward that represents MAGA insufferable assholes. Should I quit or stay principled? It is thankless, unpaid work. Well, being in a union, I would argue, like by definition, is a very left-wing thing, even though you're also representing right-wing assholes. So I think it's noble work. I don't think it's not like principled to quit. It's just like you've had enough dealing with them. So I would just say it all depends on how you feel. Like if you feel like you're just sick of their bullshit, then yeah, you can move on. But there's no shame in hanging in there because it is left-wing work, even though you have to represent assholes. Assholes deserve a decent pay too, I would say. So Alex, thanks for the $5. Watch Andor season 2 finale. Mon Mothma's speech in the Senate could not be more applicable today. Benjamin, thanks again. Whoa, googly moogly. Thank you, bro. Corin be like, I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and gets everywhere.
I fucking hate sand, man. I like that shit does get everywhere. And even when you're wet, it sticks to your leg and shit like that. Fuck sand. Fuck sand, OD. Thank you, though, a lot, bro.
Nat, thanks for the $5. 1, Tim Dillon is on funny. Sounds like Mark Levin. 2, check Snopes on the Trump Sudafed bit. 3, can we call him Sloshed Homan? Dude speaks in cursive. Yeah, he's drunk all the motherfucking time. And I actually think Tim Dillon is funny. I just hate his both sides bullshit. I hated his MAGA bullshit, and I hate his both sides bullshit.
Yeah, he's smart, dude.
Pentaxantine, thanks again for the $10. Breaking records tonight. If you get a chance, Grace Helbig torched Whitney Cummings up on IG for going after Miss Rachel. It's glorious. Damn, Whitney Cummings went after Miss Rachel? How stupid
Whitney
is she?
Cummings, I feel like lately has just been going after clicks and like trying to...
Bro, she bots her views. I don't know if you saw this, but she bots her views. Like it shows like her podcast, her YouTube videos get like 1 million views per video. And she has like some ridiculously low number of comments and likes. Like it literally would not be physically possible to have that many views and that few likes and comments.
She fucking thought she like went on a popularity contest when she said some shit on CNN, I think during New Year's Eve or something. She like made some comment with Anderson Cooper and the other dude. And like she thought everyone was loving her because she was being like genuinely like authentic. Fuck her. She's not funny. And she's just looking for clicks and shit.
Kyle, have you seen any clips of Red Bar? He's like the godfather of the comedy critic community. He's been making fun of Rogan for like 10 years. I have seen clips of him. Yes, I have seen clips of it. And I know he inspired like that whole genre, which is a genre I really enjoy these days. So shout out to him. $2 garage. Thanks for the $5. 12 when Sandy hits our road was blocked off for a week. And my dad was in Florida. That was really fun figuring out how to use a chainsaw and a generator. Goodness gracious. Yeah, that does not sound like fun, bro. That does not sound like fun. Kyle, thank you so much. You're not an adrenaline junkie, but taking on the Meat Riders is also intense. How do you express your creativity now? I don't know. I guess I don't know if I really express it that much these days. I guess you could say with like the titles of the videos I'm expressing, or just, I don't know, playing golf. I guess there's some level of creativity involved in that, but yeah, I don't really draw much anymore, so not quite sure how I would.
I think the words he says in his content are pretty funny and original.
Benjamin, thanks again for the $20. Have you heard of Jerome Whalen? He is running for Massachusetts District 1. I have not heard of Jerome Whalen,
but hopefully he's a good dude.
Squidward, thanks for the $5. Mark Carney said Canada and China's relationship is part of a new world order. Canada is prepping guerrilla tactics for a U.S. invasion. Poignant as fuck. I mean, yes, they actually have to worry about stuff like that now because that's how insane Trump is. He's destroyed the world order so thoroughly. Benjamin, thanks again. The real purity testing is the friends we made along the way. Wait a second, that's actually true.
That's true. Thank you, Ben.
Raw Stills, thanks for the $10. Is promising to seemingly see the left unite while the right is divided. The only ones who seem to be missing the bus is Cenk and Anna, who finally admitted Trump is a fascist. We have the momentum. We sure do, fella. We sure do.
I keep getting fed all these videos of Anna like debating this other lady or some shit.
Oh, Pearl Davis. Yeah, she clocked that bitch.
Oh, she did? Oh, we don't like the other lady?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I don't.
Trash bags, dog.
Oh,
Anna
really?
destroyed her. Yeah. Hey, Kyle, what would CK say about the Maduro capture and the 2 ICE killings if he was still alive? He would support the Maduro capture and like brag about how smoothly it went. The ICE stuff, he'd be playing defense. Agamom, thanks for the $30. Love y'all. TQ thank you for all the work. Fan since the early days of Kyle's wired headset. Big reason why I write. Would appreciate some feedback / support. The Troglodyte Times on Substack. Dark woke as fuck. All right, so if anybody's interested in some dark woke shit, the Troglodyte Times on Substack.
Check it out.
S. Sealy, thanks for the $5. Stewart would be a great candidate and would win easily, but how well do you trust him in doing serious president stuff like meeting with Putin, etc.? Donald fucking Trump is president right now. Like, yeah, I would trust a fucking wet fart to deal with Xi and Putin more than I trust Trump. Like, at this point, we got to stop with this, like, stuff like that, right? Like, Jesus Christ. Literally, you could pull a name out of a motherfucking hat, and that person is more equipped to deal with these people than Trump. So I think Jon Stewart would do fucking gloriously, swimmingly in those meetings because he's intelligent.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to win the Australian Open, men's/women's singles? Probably Alcaraz, and probably Alcaraz and Sabalenka are probably the smart money. But I feel like a good outsider bet is maybe like De Minaur is a good outsider bet for the men, at least. Hearing Kyle describe why he likes fragrances makes me think he could also really get into wine, dipping your toes into a discipline called sensory science, specifically descriptive analysis. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I just don't drink, so it's a little harder to get into that.
Facts.
Keith Blackstock, thanks for the $10. Should we make all preparations? I guess. Alex, thanks for the $5. I'll bet you guys my Lakers beat your Knicks next Sunday. Kyle, cologne of your choice on me. Corin, fellow sneakerhead here, your choice of kicks on me. I'm trying to think. Should I give these guys a little bit more wisdom? Give them a little more game?
Yeah, if you have time. I'm going through these fast, the last like 10 or so.
All right. I'll put everybody on one more. All right. YSLY Eau de Parfum. Get that. You can thank me later. You'll love it.
There you go.
And what are your choice of kicks for him?
There's this skater that I was just looking up that has like a really cool sneaker. I can't find his name. He's like an Olympic. He got bronze, but he's got a pair of skate shoes, Nike, that I really like. They're like nice to just leisurely wear with some sweatpants or some shit. Other than that, wear some Jordans or something like that.
Uncommon Cinema, thanks for the $5. Corin, I had Halo Graphic, Ninetales, Articuno, Clefairy, Mage. These are all Pokemon, right?
Yep.
All of them sold for 400. Didn't tell me. Damn. Sold all for 400.
She sold all those for 400. I feel like that's a kind of good deal. Those the people that you named right there weren't like the top shits. The Alakazam probably could have got a little bit more. She didn't get a bad deal, to be honest.
Sold all of them for 400? That's no good.
Yeah, no, but like the ones, those aren't like the main ones. Like, yes, they were holographics, but those weren't the main Pokemon.
I think you could have got more than 400 for those shits.
Hopefully she just gave you the 400 though and didn't keep that shit. Like, you found out somehow, so you better get that money from her.
History repeat. Thanks for the $5. What do you guys think about the National Civic Service as an answer for both sides on AI, fix civic distrust, and fund dignified lifestyle? I'm not a fan of National Civic Service. I don't like it when the government forces you to do anything. I really hope athletes and performers take advantage and openly protest the regime at the Super Bowl and Winter Olympics. I fucking doubt it, but they better. They should do that.
Yeah.
They should do that.
Did you see this Winter Olympics? There was a guy from Canada that like was like a drug kingpin or some shit. A former snowboarder or something like that. Yeah.
Did not see that. Igor, thanks for the $10. Spiraling, they've lost their footing once again. They're flailing in a tantrum of disgust. When life holds nothing sacred, when the loveless turn to loathe, we'll witness this final threatened pose. Thank you for the poem. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Puff, thanks for the $10. Yes to the One Piece recommendation. There's a reason people fly the One Piece flag at protest. There's also a good live action version on Netflix. I genuinely think everyone should try. Much love. All right. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you. Area 51. Thanks for the $5. Kyle, how often are you recognized in public? Do you live like a normie outside YouTube, or do you get recognized a lot? It depends on where we are. So what I always say is if we're in a city during some event, we're going to get recognized.
Facts.
But where most of the time we're in the sticks, and there's not that many people around. So I can not get recognized probably most of the time, but I feel like it's just the right amount where it's a nice little ego boost. People are very nice. But it happens relatively often, I'd say. Valentine Videos. Thank you for the $50. Very kind. Oh, Captain, my captain, let's get together and tap into our dark woke powers. Real talk. Thanks for paving the way for young leftists to speak freely and confident in our values. Well, thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
There tonight.
Yeah, and I've seen your videos. You got talent, kid. Keep it up.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Good. Oh, that's what's up. Shout out to him.
Valenti. Yeah, he's the man. Everybody should check him out. Intune Knitter, thanks for the $5 for Trump to fire Nazi man Jack. He's admitting defeat and appearing weak. JD has no support. GOP won't support a dying man, my guess. Jake Bushy, thanks for the $5. Is Kyle more blackpilled on class politics, winning working, what is that, WWC voters than 5 years ago? Working white voters? Is that 5 years ago? I am. Bernie benefits being white. Resist libs were right. Racism trumps class. No, I just think it's both things. I don't, like I said, I hate the Tallarico line is it's up versus down, not left versus right. No, it is up versus down and left versus right. And so, like, yes, I'm more ruthlessly partisan than I've ever been in my life. But that doesn't mean I've given up on class politics. That is just as important. Chris Corcoran, thanks for the $5. I hope Fetterman's wife leaves him. I think she will. With his mind deteriorating, I worry for her and the kid's safety. He gives me Chris Benoit vibes for real.
Oh,
totally.
Shit.
He's got
Chris
fucking brain
Benoit.
damage. Like that he's fucked up in 1,000 different ways. They should fucking leave. Kyle, have you heard of the Why I Hate Politics channel? He did a great video on your verbal beatdown of Michael Knowles. I don't know if I've seen that one, but I'll take a look. Why I Hate Politics. Oh, no, I did see that. Yeah, I did see that one. I actually posted his video. Yeah, shout out to that guy. He did a very nice video on it, and I appreciate him. First time sending a super chat. The amount of snow and freezing rain you guys got is something that we get every week during winter in Canada.
Shit.
I mean, you guys are used to this. We're soft down here. We're soft as Charmin down here, bro.
Yeah, my fucking forearms hurt. My back hurts.
Robe Life, thanks for the $5. Aaron Brown and his buddies were doing comedy in Austin years before the Rogan Sphere stunk up the city. Yeah, and Aaron Brown is the fucking man. I love that guy. Shout out to Aaron Brown. I just posted one of his videos today, by the way. He's awesome. Hey, Jamie, thanks for the $5. Do you think Green Party members should start running as Democrats? My friend is the chair of the Philly chapter. I suggested it, but he didn't like it. Yeah, I mean, yes, I think everybody that's on the left should run as a Democrat, unless, with one exception. If you are in deep red states and you want to run as an independent, do that. But outside of that, yes, everybody else should run as a Democrat. One Need, thanks for the $5. Who would you choose as the king of New York? Zoran Mamdani. No doubt about that. I appreciate you, bro. Ion, thanks for the $5. Fuck yeah, the Valenti Kulinski collab is nearing. Bella Ciao. Also, Kyle, try Dior Sauvage Elixir. It's a darker winter type, and you love it. It's different. I'll check it out, but I do have Dior Sauvage Eau de Parfum, and I don't love it. It's a little too peppery, in my opinion. It's too sharp. I like a smooth blend myself.
Yeah, dark.
Eddie James, thanks for the $9 or $10. The new VP of my company just said we should stay off Twitter and ignore all the silliness talking about politics. Bro, how the fuck am I supposed to go to work and pretend like everything's fine? Yeah, that's some psycho shit. You fucking stay up to date with what's going on and fuck that person, man. That's crazy. Fuck that VP. That's a classic like VP ass thing to say. What a bitch.
Yes.
Joshua, thank you for the $10. Kyle, would you rather have an hour-long argument with Bill Maher or Stephen A. Smith? Stephen A., actually, for sure. I find him more entertaining than Bill Maher. Yeah. That's why. Jeremy, thanks for the $5. Did you see Hassan interview the MAGA parents who do that podcast with their kids? There's some great clips that came from it. Not only did I see it, I was texting Hassan about it. And I was like, I want to kill myself after watching that because these people are fucking, they're Nazis. They're just Nazis. They say Nazi shit.
They said like MAGA parents that do a podcast with their kids.
Yeah, and the kids are left wing, and the parents are MAGA, and they basically told the kids like, yeah, if Trump murders you, like you had it coming. Oy. Red Bag, thanks for the $5. Sent my sources regarding renting committee seats to your email. Thomas Massey was the one who brought it to light. If Kyle or Crystal were to ever interview him, I think Crystal already interviewed him, or not Crystal, but he was Breaking Points recently. But thank you. I'll definitely check that out. I hadn't heard that one yet. I didn't build the ARC. Thanks again for the $5. Forgot to ask earlier, but how do I get my brother to stop thinking Joe Rogan is a serious human being? Big love, guys. And Kyle, you're the GOAT man. Noah. Well, thank you, Noah. Appreciate that. And I don't know, try to slip some videos that helped you see the light to him, right? Whether it's me or any other creator who you feel like is good at breaking through, like try to slip some of those videos into the old algorithm and maybe he'll take a look. That's the only way to do it, you know?
Thanks.
Kawanda, thanks for the $5. I love you. Patreon subscriber here. You always say everything I'm thinking. Thank you for all your hard work and never change. Well, thank you very much. That's very sweet of you. Yeah, very, very kind. Captain President, thanks for the $20. Very, very nice of you. At this point, we almost need retribution Democrats that will hold these fascists to account and prosecute them all to dissuade the next round of fascists. No more of this let's move on and heal Biden-Obama crap. Exactly. That's why I feel also ruthlessly partisan at the moment for this exact reason. Like, no, we need to draw a line here. You're right. Hate Cube, thanks for the $5. Just want to shout out the Elephant Graveyard Essential Viewing for breaking down the Rogan Sphere. Yeah, that video was literally epic, and it blew up like nobody's business. I love that video that they did. Morningland, thanks for the $20. Been listening for over a decade, bro. Love you, homie. I'm a new gun owner and wondering what your take is on more lefties getting strapped to defend themselves. Crazy times. Totally agree. I actually just said that earlier. Totally agree. If you're a liberal or lefty, buy a gun. Andre, thanks for the $20. Look what you turned the U.S. into. Bin Laden won, a valid attack line against Republicans. Also, I know Gestapo is more famous, but they would be an FBI plus NSA org. ICE is more like the SA. Good to know history. Yeah, but sometimes you just got to roll with it. Gestapo's already taken off. It is what it is. I see what you're saying. It logically makes sense, but Gestapo's already taken off, and it just intuitively lands for people. So you got to go with that. And yes, I like your line about Bin Laden won. I like that line. Pentaxantine, thanks again for the $10. For 9/11, SpongeBob pretty much was the only programming they ran on TV so kids could escape the tragedy. Stations went black. Yeah, no, it was, I remember it. It was rough. It was not good. People recorded the whole day. Like, they recorded the news on the whole day. They still fucking run them back sometimes.
Fucking scary.
Justin Oberg, thanks for the $20. Kyle, what would convince you healthcare, wage, and housing reform isn't viable anymore through reforming party politics? And what do you think comes next? You are the future. Thank you for all your work. Well, very kind of you. What would convince me healthcare, wage, and housing reform isn't viable anymore through reforming party politics? I guess I don't know what the alternative would be. So I would just start there. That, like, I don't know what any other alternative is. It seems more pie in the sky than doing it this way. So I would just default to assuming this is the way to do it. But we appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin.
Bleach, thanks for the $5 just to spite that guy. And I love you guys. Here's money for supporting Grand Platinum. Kyle and Corin, you rock. Keep doing what you're doing. Well, thank you, Bleach. We appreciate you, man.
And my name is really in the title, bro.
You can spell it any fucking way you please, sir. Thank you very much. TP Kennedy, thanks for the $5. My bro is in Maine, and I've been trying to convince him to vote for Platter, but he's a total apathetic voter and doesn't think it matters. Any advice? Tell him, okay, I guess you want more war. I guess you want lower wages. I guess you want no health care. I guess you want more corruption. Enjoy your failing country. Diabs, thanks for the $5. Oh, this is going to be another one who shits on, not even going to read it. Because he shits on Plattner. That's all that guy does. Molly, if you're listening, ban that guy too. That guy should not ever be in here ever again because all he does is shit on the leftiest candidate in the country, and he's a fucking op, is what he is. Morningland, thanks for the $5. Do you feel a sense of hope that Leprechaun Greg was fired and Miller may be gone soon? I don't feel a sense of hope because Trump is saving his ass. He literally called for like retribution and revenge in Minnesota. Then fucking Greg Bovino does that. And he goes, not like that. Well, it's only not like that because now everybody fucking hates it and hates you. And so he's trying to find fall guys. So it doesn't make me feel good. But, you know, to get Miller out of there might actually be a pretty big win. So if they actually end up axing Miller, then that's actually a W. Alan Williams, thanks for the $5. Kyle, are you watching the Australian Open? Yes, I am. Who do you like and are you following the young American learner Tien? He cooked Medvedev last round. He absolutely obliterated Medvedev on some other shit, like next level shit. And I'm a fan of Medvedev, so that was kind of hard to watch. But yeah, Tien's a beast. But I think your best bet is either going to be Alcaraz or Djokovic is more likely to win. Probably Alcaraz and maybe De Minaur. But if Tien wins, man, he's got my attention, bro. Happy birthday, Kyle. You're a month ahead of my sister. Have you heard of NVIDIA trying to use pirated content for AI training? I have not heard of that. That sounds fucking horrible. And thank you very much for the birthday wishes. And tell your sister I say the same for next month. Keith Black, thanks for the $5. Why are some people determined to kneecap our best fighters? Hashtag Plattner. Because they're ops, bro. I genuinely think a lot of these people are like Republican plants. I genuinely think they're Republican plants trying to divide and conquer because they know he's our strongest soldier. But thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Right, Emrose, thanks for the $10. Alex was from Green Bay. Massive protest here yesterday.
Good.
Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you. Narucho, thanks for the $5. What are your thoughts on the Texas Dem Senate candidates? Who do you think will win? I genuinely don't know. Right now, I'm actually leaning towards thinking Tallarico will win. I originally thought that Crockett will win. Now I'm leaning towards Tallarico would win. But ultimately, I really don't know. Drod, thanks for the $5. I wish Michael Brooks was still here. He would have been even more popular today. Yeah, that guy was a force, and he would have been, right now would be his moment without a doubt. Jay Vale sucks. Thanks for the $5. Kyle, you're the only political commentator who speaks fluent ADHD. It's like jangling keys to me. Also appreciate your use of the term freak it.
You do have a good verbiage for freak it.
but speak fluent ADHD. Me and Chris will say all the time that we think I have undiagnosed ADHD, so that makes sense.
All right, last one. Well, Bleach, I accept your apology.
Bleach, thanks for the $2. Sorry, Corin, legit have dyslexia. My bad. Take care. Phil, thanks for the $5. Sorry, just hopping in. I was just wondering if the necessary conversation has reached out to Kyle. Sorry if I already asked. No, the necessary conversation did not reach out to me. Who is that? Yeah, no, I haven't heard from them. But then again, maybe they try to reach out and I don't know because I don't really look at shit anyway. Basically, people either they could get through Lilith or they could get through Crystal, and that's it. There's the only way to get
here.
Or Corin. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Or here, yeah. So Trust Sauvage Elixir is far, far different from EDT, EDP, and P. Not peppery. It's a warm, spicy, concentrated fragrance that lasts 12 plus hours, one spray. Trust. Oh, you just swayed me. I will get my nose on that one. You just convinced me to get my nose on that one because that's all you had to say, that it's in my wheelhouse.
Last two, no more.
Lucas, thanks for the $10. We gave up on when they go low, we go high because we were tired of acting civil just to be shit on. Now it's just a competition of nastiness and cruelty. MAGA gloats every time we die. Happy birthday, by the way. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Andrew, thanks for the $5. It isn't sad that the Republican senator, Dave McCormick, who most likely didn't win his race legitimately from Pennsylvania, made a statement before Fetterman. Yeah, Fetterman needs to fucking retire. The guy's a mess. The guy's disgusting. He's a freak. He's the worst, and he shouldn't be a Democrat. He's not a Democrat.
That's the last one, Kyle. I thought this was funny, too. You're going to get your nose on that one. Like it's some cocaine or something like that.
Yeah. Well, for fragrance heads, they get it. They understand it, you know.
That's the verbiage.
Coke heads and fragrance lovers. That's you say shit like that. It means something different, you know.
Molly, hopefully you heard the people we got to ban. Kyle, thanks for staying a little extra to answer all those questions. Everybody wish Kyle a happy birthday on Saturday. Love you, bro.
I appreciate you guys, man. No, everybody have a great night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace, everybody.
Peace, Kyle. Thanks, bro. All right, who gets the last word? Thank you, Kyle and Corin. Enjoy the comment. All right, happy birthday, Kyle. Lord, it's midnight. Yes, hold on, wait. Where's the Lord? Love y'all. Yep, that loser hopefully got banned by Molly. I'll read every super chat. Happy birthday. What was yours, Tess? I'm sorry. We read every single one. Tess, I feel like we read yours. Write it again quickly, and I'll see if I can get it to Kyle. All right, love you guys. I didn't forget any super chats. I read every single one. I try to go. There's a lot of them, and I'll go like $5 and above. Send in a super chat about some hoops, bro, or something, or just ask me. No, you're good, bro. I was just joking with you. Thank you, Corin. All right. What's a good one to end on? Oh, there we go. I got to switch the laundry. All right. You see, I got to switch. I got stuff to do. All right. Love you guys. We'll see you next week. Remember, on Saturday's Kyle's birthday. Go wish him a happy birthday on Twitter or something like that. And that's it. See you guys. Peace.